to you from the Radio for One studios in Franklin, Michigan. Welcome to the Detroit Cast.
Big fan.
A show not just free of charge, but free of FCC regulations.
Thank you for your support of the Detroit Cast.
Oh, there it is.
And without further delay, it's showtime. Please welcome the Detroit Cast. Here are your hosts, Mike and Jay.
Alrighty. Welcome, everybody, to a Friday edition of the Detroit Cast. Mike and Jay. Biggie is here. Mickey is here. Poos is here, of course.
Look at that, Proops.
Look at it, Proops.
Sitting on the astronomy couch again.
Yep.
Just like yesterday.
Yep. Well behaved.
How you doing,
yesterday.
Mike? How you doing?
Just like she will until she dies.
I am well to I'm medium well to well.
Okay.
Yeah. You?
I'm really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm great.
Yeah. Why?
I don't know. Just looking forward to the weekend.
Yeah, we're actually going to take a couple days off finally. We've got some exciting things coming up, and so we need to take a couple days and reboot. So we won't be here Monday and Tuesday.
Little R&R, righty?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Gonna wash yourself? You gonna change at all? I noticed that you're wearing exactly the same thing as yesterday.
That's true.
Your hair looks unwashed.
I was about to say it
true.
looks bad.
That's
dude.
not true. I've been in the shower twice today.
Ugh.
And then you put on the same clothes.
That's just
why would you?
I'll
why would
never.
you do that?
Because I don't want to, it's a whole deal to have
Into
to,
the mic, you son of a bitch.
It's a whole thing that, these are comfortable. Just slide them back on. There's no reason to change, technically.
Gross.
It'll never get old, will it?
I just don't understand it.
I know. I know.
He has other clothes. We've seen several sets of the same things.
He's probably got closets full of new clothes that have never been worn, and
I do have these are new socks. So
we're all kind of trying to look.
They don't match.
Yeah. Anyway, it is a Friday. Dare I say a big show today? We got a lot to get to. Osama bin Laden, a doll. Who knew they had a doll for Osama bin Laden? Yeah, you're not going to be able to get one though. They only made 3 of them. So, yeah, we'll explain that. Little update on the Boy Scout killer. And by that, I mean the Boy Scout troop leader that was raping kids who was murdered. Remember that story?
No.
A couple months ago.
I mean, I remember many a Boy Scout troop leader banging kids. But
yeah, I think it sprung the conversation with us at the time about, those stereotypes.
Right.
Where it's like, the priest kind of got hit with that for a while, especially, and
Boy Scout leader,
the wrestling
coach,
thing, which will annoy people. Yeah, exactly. And Boy Scout leader, I think that's where that started. But anyways, we'll give you an update on him. Tampons.
So gross.
I know, and they've caused problems for a model. We'll get into her story. Hot Carl death. It has been 1 year since the Hot Carl death.
Outrage!
Yeah.
Try the son of a bitch. I
know.
can't wait for that Pigman trial.
I know.
Is he in jail waiting?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He's just sitting there, no bail. So he's just chilling there. Someone killed over an iPhone. Lester Holt, update on him. Little more on the $10 bill chick that they're going to put on there. So we'll discuss that. I hope you're thinking of women, great women in history that could.
I can't think of one.
Harriet Tubman.
I think he's right, man. I think Mickey is right. Harriet Tubman all the way.
Well,
we'll
see.
first chick was to suck a dick.
Isn't that funny how that immediately went to sucking dick?
Yeah, and it will again.
That discussion.
It will again. We'll get into that. But how could we possibly start with without going to the church down in South Carolina?
Charleston, right?
Yeah, Charleston.
You ever been there, by the way?
How close to Myrtle Beach is it? 'Cause
I
I've been to Myrtle Beach, but
it's a sweet city.
is it?
Yes.
It's an old
been
city.
to Fort Sumter and whatnot.
Been out to Sumter.
I have.
It's really unique city.
Well, it's dominating the news, of course, as some psychopath went in and gunned down 9 people in a church, black church.
And that broke right as we were driving out of the driveway last night.
Yeah. It started hitting about midnight as we wrapped up the show. It was breaking news. They actually, it was funny because I just had CNN on from earlier in the day before the show started. And so when I went upstairs, they were going on and on and on about Rachel Dolezal and this and that, and all these talking heads just clucking away, whack, 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 and just going on and on about how important and this and that and blah, blah, blah. And up next, Caitlyn Jenner. And then all of a sudden in the middle of a conference,
Sweeperoo.
bye-bye, blown off the fucking TV screen.
Never to be heard from again.
In mid-sentence, it was like, oh, real news.
Yeah.
And it was like, and everybody converged onto Charleston. And that's what it's been since. So, Dylan Roof is his name.
Doesn't he have a dicky middle name like Storm or something?
Storm,
Yes.
yeah. Dylan Storm Roof.
Ugh.
Asshole. He sparked an overnight manhunt after fleeing the Emmanuel African Methodist Episcopal Church in Charleston. He was taken into custody during a traffic stop. Thanks to the public. The public got involved and ID'd him. About 11 o'clock this morning. He's 21 years old. He was caught after, as I said, a member of the public spotted his car, called cops to report suspicious activity. He was in a car armed as he was approached. I did not think they'd take this dude alive. If you're going to go gun 9 people down, I would think you'd kill yourself, but or suicide by cop or something. I think the cops should have just gunned this guy down. Now we're going to have to hear and learn his backstory and all the bullshit. The cops could have done us a real solid by just going, oh, I saw him reach for something, boom, and just end it, be done with him. You know what I mean? Like,
you'd have heard the backstory anyway. You'd have
because he's
they'd
white.
have churned through all that shit.
Probably, and there's a race element to it all, obviously, with the black church and white guy, and it's coming out already that he's a white supremacist, it sounds like. He allegedly entered the church to join a Bible study group before suddenly opening fire. He sat in there for an hour, sat right next to the guy leading the thing, and then just about an hour in, he just stood up and
Left in the room.
there were
Penny?
13 total. One grandmother who was killed held her.
A Nana?
A Nana was in there, yeah. 87-year-old woman.
Oh.
And held this. Don't even say it.
I'm not saying it.
Don't even say it. That she was going to go soon anyways. I know where you're going with
I
this.
didn't do anything. I didn't do
We
nothing.
value Nana's life
You
as
looked
well.
at me. I didn't do anything.
And you smiled. As soon as I looked at you, you smiled, you son of a bitch.
You knew I would if you looked at me, though.
It's too soon. It's just too soon.
I agree.
So yeah, she held this. He killed 3 females, 6 males, including Reverend Clementa Pinckney, who's also a South Carolina state senator. His cousin, Pinckney's cousin, said that one of their survivors told her that they urged Roof to stop, and he just said, "I have to do it. You rape our women, and you're taking over our country, and you have to go." And he was just reloading. He was dumping clips and reloading clips.
Oh,
don't you think if that was going on and those things were being said,
you're running,
you'd be running, or you'd
be tackling his ass,
sweeperoo of the leg, something.
leg sweep,
I mean,
elbow to the neck.
Maybe it's one of those where you don't realize if someone practices, you can get really fast at changing a clip, dumping a clip, and popping a new one in. But in that couple seconds that it would take, you would think and maybe it's something where you hit the ground, everybody hits the ground. So you don't really have that opportunity. He did spare one woman so that she could tell the world what happened.
Wow.
So, yeah, usually they find, don't they, that there's some sort of internet post or something that they go back and
manifesto
it's like
manifesto or something.
Yeah, manifesto even. Who was that? The bomber, U of M guy.
Mother Father. Oh,
Mother Father.
Sure, the first big
Unabomber.
manifesto was the Unabomber.
Probably not the first one, but what we think of.
Right.
But yeah, that's a good one. Mother Father Lips. Lips had that big stupid 132-page manifesto that he did. So I don't know why he didn't have a manifesto that he would have to leave someone alive to then be able to report it.
Sounds dramatic to me. Maybe he's just being dramatic.
Yeah, maybe. So
do we have images of this dude?
Yeah, and he looks like a shithead too, with a nice bowl cut.
Ugh.
Yeah, Mickey had it up there a second ago. Mickey, you can pull it up if you want. So she could tell the world what happened. A 5-year-old girl also survived the attack after her grandmother told her to play dead. And so this 5-year-old, don't you think a 5-year-old would just be wailing? I mean, think of Sweet Pie. What is she, 7?
Yeah, I don't think she'd understand if I was like, play dead.
Play dead, play dead, and someone's firing rounds at everybody and murdering people all around you. That's a miracle that a 5-year-old was with it enough to actually play and just shock kicking at that point, maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know, but the grandmother, they're saying save this girl's life by pinning her down and telling her to play dead, and the guy just ended up running out. Wow. So they launched this massive manhunt, released surveillance videos, images like that one of this turd. his uncle, Roof's uncle, Carson Cowles, told Reuters that his nephew had received a .45 caliber pistol as a birthday present in April, a couple months ago, from his dad. He called the 21-year-old quiet, soft-spoken.
Wouldn't hurt a fly.
Yeah, of course. In another photo of Roof on his Facebook, he's seen glaring at the camera. This is a pretty disturbing picture. Displaying the flag of an apartheid-era South Africa jacket, also wearing another flag depicting that of the white rule Zimbabwe.
Oh, look at this guy.
Yeah, doesn't he just look like a little nothing?
Yeah.
Charleston police said, "We believe this is a hate crime. This is how we're investigating it." This pastor, by the way, he was recently one of the guys that really rallied the community because South Carolina is where that black guy was gunned down. Remember, by that Michael Slager, the officer, who was running away, and so he was kind of making some headlines for that. Seems like couldn't be more well respected in the community. 41 years old. He's a native of South Carolina. Also played a key role in pushing for legislation for cops to wear body cameras. He started preaching at the age of 13 and was a pastor at the age of 18.
Wow.
Yeah. He became the youngest ever African-American elected to legislature when he was just 23. Yeah. Go-getter type dude.
Hey, sounds like Kwame. Wasn't Kwame a state legislator at 30?
It seems like a cheap shot, Jay. It really does. It was kind of
a comparison.
He was elected as a state rep in '96 before being voted to the state senate in 2000.
You know who he looks like is the guy who played the Dwight character in the British Office.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Gareth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gareth, dude.
Like Gareth?
Does. He does look like Gareth. Good call.
That son of a bitch.
What a stupid haircut, by the way. Who does the bowl cut?
How do you? Yeah, right. How you living life like that, man?
Yeah.
Honest to God.
I mean, seriously, that looks like someone honestly put a bowl on his head.
There's Gareth.
There he is.
Look at him.
Guys, it's just like him.
Sort of, kinda.
It's a spitting image, except for those bug eyes on Gareth. But yeah, totally looks like him. So, anyways, the killer is believed to have entered the church around 8 o'clock at night while they were doing this prayer group. Although it's a black church, it would not be surprising to see a white person there and attending. The suspect walked in, from our understanding, not so much as a participant, but as a brief observer who then stood up and just started shooting. Police got the first call shortly after 9. They found 8 dead in the hospital. 1 died on the way to the hospital. 5 other victims have been named as Reverend Sharonda Singleton, Ethel Lee Lance, Cynthia Hurd, Myra Thompson, and Tywanza Sanders. And this church is I think they've said, I've heard reports that it's the oldest black church in the South. It's like 160 years old or something.
I believe it. Everything's old as shit there.
Yeah. The Bush campaign was supposed to go through there, and they canceled. Jeb Bush's team was supposed to be in South Carolina, and they canceled that. But they did come out with a statement, which
of course,
is good. I was wondering.
Yes, you were wondering how they felt about this?
I was.
Gosh, any guesses, guys, before he reads it?
I'm going to probably some like maybe thoughts, prayers.
Deep condolences?
Yeah.
I'm going with heart.
I was hoping he'd say like, fuck that motherfucker. So, come out with some heart. But you guys are on the right track. Yeah,
let me
you
ask
guys
you
are.
this. From the thing, would you say that you gathered that Jeb, by the way, you said Bush's. That's just Jeb if you look at the signs.
Right.
It's not Jeb Bush. But
yeah. Jeb! With
right.
the exclamation point.
Right. So we forget who his brother was. But I'm guessing that you're saying that he's not going to come out with some sort of racial remark. It's going to be something like he's against this.
Yeah.
I'm also going to guess that he doesn't say anything about gun control.
No,
nothing about gun control.
That's a good point, dude.
In a statement, and I'm sure he penned this himself, of course, right? They usually pen their own statements.
Typically.
He said, Governor Bush's thoughts and prayers are with the individuals and the families affected by this tragedy, period. So,
well, that's nice.
That's good.
Thank God.
Said it in the third person.
I really thought he'd be okay with the situation. I thought he might not even care, but now we know that he does care.
Hillary Clinton, if you guys were wondering where she stood on this.
Is she pro or con?
She's con. She was against the shooting on the whole.
Okay.
And she tweeted out,
"That's nice. Thank God.
My thoughts and prayers are with you all."
Oh,
with you all.
It's a little bit more, I think, personal and sincere.
Yeah, with the "my" instead of the third person.
But wait a minute. It says "with you all." Does it say like be specific to Charleston, or does it just say with you all?
Does it say y'all?
No, it says you all.
To who though?
Two
Who's she
separate
talking?
words, no apostrophe.
Who's she talking to though?
You all.
So just everybody? So does that count me?
Well, she probably had a hashtag murder in Charleston or something, you know.
Anyone
So that everybody
affected?
knew.
Anyone affected? She's speaking
Yeah.
to.
Oh,
So, if you feel bad about it, she's speaking to you.
She's speaking to you.
Awesome.
All of
Wow, Hillary, thank you.
you. Mm-hmm.
Appreciate that. I'm not going to vote for you, but I appreciate it.
The pastors, and then, you know, obviously, like they always do, the pastors all congregated to the site and started singing and praying together and in a little prayer circle. Community organizer Christopher Kaysen said he felt certain the shootings were racially motivated. I'm very tired of people telling me that I don't have the right to be angry. I am very angry right now. Who's telling you don't have the right to be angry?
Yeah, who would
say that?
I think people would be the exact opposite.
Obviously, he's talking about other race-related incidents across the country, but I don't know who would ever say you can't be angry at some injustice.
Mm-hmm.
Like who would say that? Like, get over it. Yeah, so they gunned the guy down walking down the street by himself with his back turned. Get over it. Don't be angry about that. Who would ever come out and say that? So I'm not sure, but I imagine there's a lot of emotion and stuff being spoken of right now.
So what do we know about this dude other than his motive just to kill black people? Is he part of a big group? Is he?
Well, I would imagine, he, you know, there's a lot of people that are coming, and we'll learn more as we go for sure. But there are a lot of people coming out going, yeah, you know, occasionally he'd say kind of a racist joke or something, you know, and I don't know what that means. They wouldn't elaborate. I don't know if that means like two black guys and a Jew walk into a bar. You know, How do you stop a black baby from jumping on the bed? I don't know what his black jokes are. I don't know. But, you know, people are saying like what?
Nothing.
Yeah.
So is he just mentally ill? Is it
of
as simple
course
as that?
he is.
Is
He
it as
walked
simple
into
as
a
that?
church. It's like these people are trying to outdo each other. Like, it's not bad enough to go in and gun down a bunch of students in a high school. So we have to go to Newtown, Connecticut, and wipe out a bunch of kindergartners. And that didn't do enough. So now we got to go into a fucking church, a historical black church, and just gun down randomly. I mean, they aged from 27 to 87.
But my question is, like, is there a real history with this dude as like a white supremacist? Is there a
those flags
identifiable?
Yeah.
Okay.
Those flags, these two here are on his license plate. So there's a picture of him like sitting on the hood of his car with a front license plate, and it's got these two flags on it.
Okay.
Which, you know, they say the South Africa's apartheid era flag, which is that one. After the end of apartheid in 94, they adopted a new national flag. The previous flag has since been adopted by white supremacists as a symbol of racial hatred.
Gotcha.
So it's kind of like their version of the Confederate, I suppose. Some people would say.
You mix a white supremacist with a really fucked up mentally ill dude, and that's what you get.
Yeah, and it sounds like drugs too.
Nice.
It sounds like Xanax. People are saying huge pill popper prescription drugs.
Garrett.
He was arrested at one point with they say that the drug that you use to get off heroin, which is kind of weird. The drug they're talking about, in my opinion, is probably Suboxone, which is another opiate. It's basically, it's just another version of heroin to help you get off that, but it's another opiate. So people can abuse that just like anything. You crush Suboxone, you can get high as fuck off it. It's as powerful as oxys or any of those, but it's commonly used as a help you get off those drugs. But like I said, it's another opiate. You're going to have to at some point transition to get off that drug. So if he's running around with that type of stuff, if he's got Suboxone, that's powerful shit. That's no bullshit drug. That will fuck you up. So they said, and the other thing is he's got a lengthy criminal record, because you're already hearing people going, you know, oh, take away the guns, take away the guns, take away the guns. And, you know, the fact is this dude couldn't go just get a gun. He's got a criminal record. He's not able to go get a gun. His dumbass father gave him a 45 for his birthday 2 months ago.
What's his criminal record?
Drugs, theft, things like that. So, you know, I don't know. It's a whole other argument, but my thought is if after Newtown, the storm dies down, if you can wipe out 20 some kindergartners and people don't have outrage about guns, good luck. I don't know.
Well, and that was more ripe for it because it was an AR, right?
Yeah, it was an AR-15.
Everybody gets bent out of shape about those. Number one, you're right. If that didn't get traction, and put it onto this 45.
Yeah, what do you do? Ban 45s?
Gunning down 8 adults isn't going to do it.
Yeah, no, it's not. And the fact is, they've done gun control, and the problem is, it's just like the war on drugs. Drugs are illegal.
Right.
Anybody in the room ever have trouble finding drugs if they wanted? No. It'd be like prohibition.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody have trouble getting alcohol? No, it just goes underground and it swamps the market. Guns are the same way. Guns are hardest to get in New York City and Illinois. Two of the worst city. Chicago is the highest murder rate with guns in the country. And that's the hardest city to get a gun in. So, the fact is criminals aren't going to go, well, these things are illegal. I better turn mine in. Boy, I wouldn't want to get in trouble for this.
I'll be darned.
Officer, can I flag you down for a minute? I need to speak with you.
I didn't realize. I
had no idea. I know the serial numbers are missing here, but let me turn this in. I feel terrible. My prints are all over it, by the way. Like, no. You're just going to make it really, really, really hard for people like you or me who has a gun legally obtained in the system. Like, make it illegal for all of us. Okay. What are you going to do? So I don't know. It's just not going to happen in this country. It's just not. So some friends say they didn't know him to be racist. I never thought he'd do something like this. He had black friends. Joey Meek alerted the FBI after he and his mother instantly recognized him.
Right.
You want a cookie?
Fuck hate.
On his Facebook page, he wears a jacket with 2 flags sewn into the chest. The 2 flags I showed you and his license plate. It's funny in an ironic twist. The cover of the paper in that city this morning, when it came out, church attack kills 9, and then you see that little sticker there.
Yeah,
that's advertising for a gun show this weekend.
Oh, dude. Well, it's in the system. Couldn't stop the print.
Exactly. People are outraged.
Stop the presses. Whatever happened to that?
Yeah.
Can I see that or?
Yeah, you know what? Maybe Mickey can pull a picture up and blow it up.
Here's something else ironic too. Didn't that Joker trial just start? The guy in Colorado?
Oh yeah, it's been going for a little bit now.
Oh, it has? Okay.
Yeah, a week or two. Yeah, he looks like a real nut. But the Charleston Post and Courier was forced to apologize Thursday after putting a front page ad for a gun shop over a headline describing the church shooting. The headline read, "Church attack kills 9." As the advertisement for the ATP gun shop and range highlighted a ladies' night, an event that promotes women shooting guns.
It just shows how ingrained it is in our culture, right?
Yeah. Spokesperson for them said, I don't know why you need to explain this to people. It's not like they woke up the morning of and went, oh, perfect opportunity. Let's put our gun stamp on there. Like, this is planned. An ad run is planned weeks or months in advance. And it's just something that goes through the system and is just slapped on there. So, I mean, I don't know what they're apologizing
there was no
for.
human judgment that went into that.
Exactly.
It's just, I guess they're apologizing for the unfortunate coincidence.
Who are these people reading the paper anyway?
Yeah, really. No, when's the last time you grabbed a paper? Well, you used to get them.
Yeah,
not too long ago.
Occasionally I still will, but many people called it tasteless. It's like, well, it's tasteless in light of something that happened.
Yeah, if you meant to put it on there, it's tasteless. It was in the system.
Yeah. You know what's funny obviously that was a joke about the newspaper, but there clearly will be, it's not going to be that much longer if they're already on their way out with papers being gone. And I just think that's going to be weird that in 10 years from now, that you could talk to somebody who would never have a concept of a paper newspaper. Like, they used to deliver it to me. And there was several papers.
Newsprint.
And it came once a day in the morning.
That might be the first thing, between Jay and I's generation and yours, where you're getting to that age now where things are like, for Jay and I, it was payphones, cell phones, pagers, things like that you go, what's a pager?
That's right.
Remember that? Like, you beep your friend and then they have to go to a payphone and call you.
What's up, man? What's up?
But, the fact is, every person who's living right now is living on the greatest most advanced civilization of all time. But someone in 1890 could say that too. At the time they were living was the most advanced.
Transcontinental.
Yeah. How does it ever get better than this? You know, like everybody is living their life like that. But this is going to be something where, kids 10 years from now are going to go.
That's not true, though. That's not true that every generation sees change like that. I argue the last 120 years have been the most to me. I thought that when father, you know, when father died, I thought, my God, that dude lived from, what was that, 1910 to 2001
Did he even have
or something.
I mean, he could have not had electricity.
What are you
at
talking
one point.
about?
Like,
My grandpa.
Oh, yeah. But still, for him, he didn't know what was to come, just like we don't know what's to come. So as far as the context of the world goes, he's living in the most advanced time in history. It's not like they've de-advanced over time and then we caught back up.
Yeah, but I thought you were saying like his father would have thought that he was in the most advanced. And clearly he wasn't.
I think he's saying at the time.
At the time when you're living and going through life,
You're kind of like, wow.
you're always whoever's living is in the most advanced era of all time.
As long as we're advancing.
Right.
Of course.
But for kids that are coming up that are being born today, my nephews, for instance, they probably won't ever experience a newspaper.
And you're right. And if you were to tell them a story about the idea that there was a time when you would get paid once a day, the idea that a paper would just come to you like, this is the news once a day.
That was it.
Like the milkman coming and leaving the milk in the milk chute.
Yeah.
Or phone books, right?
Phone books.
Kids aren't going to get that at all. Wait a minute. They printed out
everything.
A little bit
all
of the
numbers.
internet. Just a little bit of the
all
internet.
the numbers. Wait, some of the numbers?
What?
All the numbers.
It was all the numbers. Yeah. You looked them up.
There was a time
crazy
when phone numbers were only 7 digits.
Oh.
You know, you didn't have to dial an area code if you were calling locally.
I remember when 810 got introduced. It was like, oh,
yeah.
810.
Yep. To separate 313.
Yeah.
We went from 313 to 810, but you only had to dial 313 or 810 if you were going out of the area.
Yeah.
You know, telling a kid like, oh yeah, if you read through the whole paper, you'd have black ink all over your fingertips.
Right.
Like little things like
you
that.
You can press silly putty on it.
Yeah.
The top of the
cartoons.
Mickey's looking at me like I'm crazy.
Yeah, the ink thing just now, I had no idea that was a thing. Number one. Number two, silly putty. That's also a thing?
Dude, silly putty, you'd take it and you'd put it like on the funnies. You know, there'd be comic strips and shit. The funnies.
Oh, okay. Those
so you put it like
on
Charlie Brown and you'd press it on there and it would imprint on the silly putty and then you could stretch out Garfield in all crazy ways.
Yeah. It'd leave a color imprint of Garfield on the pink silly putty.
It was a facsimile.
Kids these days use Photoshop for that.
Right.
Yeah, you sons of bitches.
Right. It's just weird to think about. But
I mean, obviously, like I said, obviously everybody deals with it. As you said, like you have the cell phones, maybe the paper is the first thing for me that's really big. But it is just a funny thing to think that 10 years from now, the idea of explaining to somebody that you got the paper.
There will be a time sooner than later where people go, wait, what do you mean a radio station? Like
that's
where there was a tower that you could only hear it for 50 miles.
Yeah.
Like,
gosh, that's kind of limited and stupid, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Who is everybody? Go find what you want to listen to.
Yeah.
Download that. There's an idea.
Yeah. Crazy how that works.
Where you can pause, start whenever you want.
Wait, it just aired and then that was it. It was gone.
Yeah,
like you couldn't go back and what if you liked something a lot? Could you go back and listen?
What if you had something to do? What if you had to attend to your kid? You couldn't push pause?
Nope.
No.
It
was just going.
You old
that
man.
Sounds archaic.
I can't believe something like that would still be going on in the year 2015.
And people would get paid to do it.
That people would get paid. That people would want to listen to that.
When they could just listen on the internet through their phone or any sort of device.
What a strange medium.
Yeah.
Can't believe any advertiser would want to spend its dollars on that.
How ridiculous.
No, but dude, we laugh about it now, but in 10 years, like
it'll be fucking gone.
It'll be so gone, and people won't believe.
Well, there's already a country that's getting rid of it, right? FM is it Sweden? Some countries.
I remember that headline.
I thought they're getting rid of AM.
AM, okay,
but it might be AM.
I don't think that we'll see FM radio go in 10 years.
No, probably. Well,
there'll be nothing meaningful on it anymore.
No, not much. Not much. There's just too much you can do other ways to deliver messages. I mean, it's all such a dying. Newspapers are dying. Magazines are dying. Radio stations. It's happening everywhere. Look at them. So
I swear I thought the internet was a fad. I was wrong.
I still think it might be. Just for the record.
Yeah.
Did you really at one point?
No.
Oh, I was gonna say, Jesus.
TV still has a spot, I suppose.
Not in my house.
Not in your house. I don't know. You like
it's going towards different.
We pull the clips though from TV, and it's
tell
like
you what,
you
dude.
look it up on the net. But
I this has changed my life. The last year, I've not had cable.
yeah,
I think I've mentioned that maybe once.
Have
or twice.
you?
no, I
Yeah,
don't recall you saying that, but
Haven't had cable.
News to me.
And I've not missed it. The one thing I missed are being able to tune into games like a Spartans game or something. Just being able to throw that on. But otherwise, I haven't missed anything about it.
yeah,
Honestly,
I get it, Jay. I get it. Trust me, I do. Well, I don't because I
do
could
you or
not
don't
let-
you?
no,
What
I-
did you just state?
I understand what you're saying.
I get it, Jay. I get it. I get it. I get
understand.
it. Well, I don't.
I understand where you're coming from, but personally, I would not be able to do it. I
What,
would have
get-
to start doing something. I'd sell fucking semen to get TV still. Like
nobody would want to buy that. Either.
Oh, dude, can you imagine?
They'd pay you not to.
well,
come
nonetheless.
in.
Well, then there you go.
Yeah. No, I know what you're saying, Jay. There was a time when I watched way more TV than I do now. Now it's just kind of focused on what we're doing.
You could
but-
do this without TV. You absolutely could. You don't need TV, Mike.
Yeah.
Let's get rid of your cable.
Oof.
Oh,
Yeah. No.
Whoa.
Slow down, my man. Slow down there.
What about baseball?
Yeah. There's too many sporting events that I couldn't go without. But yeah, I don't know, dude. I don't know that I'd want to be like. I totally see the trend going to HBO Go
Mhm.
and
yeah,
Netflix.
I get that.
Like
I get
that, I get where you pay for it, but then you don't have to put up with all the bullshit on it.
Right, you just get your half-hour
it's
show.
going a
and-
la carte, right? Everybody wants to choose what they want when they
Yeah.
want it. So
Well, it makes sense. Why would you have to pay $100 for? They say the average watcher only watches or only uses like 13 of the channels or whatever it is of the
Yeah.
100 plus.
Yeah.
So why would you want to pay for 90 channels that you're never watching?
Yeah, which everybody does.
Right.
Everybody does. Because yeah, you're right. I probably have 12 channels that I
totally. I remember
go
that
to.
before I got rid of cable doing that. Going,
Yeah.
look at this, Gab. Look at what we do.
yeah.
We go boom, 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 and then we flip up to boom, 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 and
Yep.
then hit boom. And then you're done.
You're done.
You've hit your 7 or 8.
Yeah.
And that's it. You never see anything in between those.
Yeah. Speaking of television, once this story last night broke, of course, it becomes a circus immediately. And this is the new home for the MSNBCs, the CNNs, the ABCs. Like they'll all just flock there and pretend to like be really somber and care about this stuff.
What a
Yeah.
horrible
It's another
scene
story
here.
until a bigger story breaks, and then it's like, well, see you later, gotta go.
Peace.
Good luck with all that bullshit that happened over here. Bye bye. And then they'll just take off. So
Well, right. As you mentioned, is that black chick thing still have? Is she still pretending to be?
No, we're done with her.
Oh, okay.
We exhausted that. Unless the porn comes out, the sex tape.
yeah,
Then
yeah.
that'll
And then
vault her back in. And that this might bode well for that notion.
Yeah. Well,
Because she'll be sitting there going, me.
Yeah.
What about me?
yeah, look at
I'm
me.
still white, black.
Then she'll have to release the tape.
Well, I was thinking this is great news. A story like this is actually very, very good news for a few people. When you think of Rachel Dolezal, who maybe she actually likes the limelight more, so maybe this is bad news for her. But someone like the Duggars,
Yeah, you're right.
you know what I mean? It's like, whew,
Yeah,
okay.
where'd that go?
nobody gives a shit to camp out at the Duggars household today. Or giant dick Matt Sweat. Like seriously.
No, he's got another
Like,
day
that
on the
guy's-
run right now for sure. As
Oh
far
yeah, like the media doesn't give a shit about the prisoner who's on the run still. That
What about
those circumstances haven't changed in 24 hours
What about
except that nobody cares to follow it anymore.
What about the Malaysian airline? They're still looking for that.
Yeah, that's
I mean, still, are we?
garnering plenty of attention.
That's 287 stories deep.
Are we?
Yeah.
You know,
I
it's like
know.
you've got the Pigman, you've got
Yeah.
Well, the
Was that
Pigman, you're right.
MH370? Was that flight MH370?
Was it?
I don't know.
that was
No, but
before I
it
got
just-
here. I don't know.
But it's just funny.
No,
those,
you were here for a part of that.
No,
not.
Yeah.
Maybe the
get
tail
your
end.
hand off your dick.
Maybe the tail end, if you will, but not the
Um,
not the majority of
Hey,
it.
grab me another one. will you?
Yeah, boy.
Well, the CNN was broadcasting today. John Berman, who usually does their morning show, and Don Lemon, our friend Don Lemon, who
You can't stand.
Yeah, Don's fine, I suppose.
Is
but
he? You hate him.
Yeah, I hate when they get into that race baiting mode. I really don't like that because it seems very glorified and the intention seems to draw viewers in more than solve problems. And that's the circus that drives me nuts. That's the reason for playing Celebration when they broadcast the riots going on in Baltimore.
For the unarmed teen.
Right. Or yeah. That's why those things hit me. It's like, oh, if it's going to be a party there and you can't wait to set up your party tents and broadcast and stick any asswipe who has anything dumb to say in front of a microphone, then yeah, if you're going to exploit it, well, I suppose that's what we're here for, is to enjoy the exploitation. So, that's where Don Lemon drives me nuts. But in other when it's not something like that, he doesn't drive me as nuts. But they were doing a live shot, and boy, this gets difficult when you're doing a live shot. You want to hit play there, Mickey?
This is actually the first tweet in Eric Holder's new account. He too moved in this senseless tragedy. John.
Anna, there's a lot of heartbreak to go around in this city today, and the church is just right behind me. Mother Emanuel. You can hear shouting around me. I should say that where I'm standing right now, there have been people walking by, grieving, mourning, talking about their feelings and how, yes, angry they are that something like this happened here, but also thanking
people are terrorists
and thanking law enforcement for helping catch this man, Dylan Ruff, who is now in custody in Shelby, North Carolina. He drove about 4 hours from here. Mother Emanuel Church is right behind me. He drove to North Carolina, taken into custody at a traffic stop. There was a tip by someone in the public who said there was a suspicious car, the black Hyundai.
He's just plowing through. Just get through it.
Dylan Ruff was apprehended in that car. He had a gun inside. It is not known whether that gun was used in this shooting. Again, right behind me. And I should say, just a short time ago, this street was open for the first time since this shooting. There is now traffic by the Mother Emanuel Church. The church itself is not open for some time. I'm joined now by Don Lemon, who's here with me.
And a friend.
Yeah, I'm here for the show.
Yeah. Well, you can understand why people are upset because, this is... this
now she's in
happen.
frame.
It shouldn't happen to anyone. The whole thing that we have been talking about is whether this is terrorism or not. And I think it is terrorism. By any stretch of the imagination, you can understand that people are upset. But we're going to continue to talk about that.
The president himself said he's angry today. Right. And local leaders said they are angry too, that violence like this
so distracting.
Oh my God.
I don't know how he's doing it. Here she comes again.
I just think it's really sad that we have 9 people who've lost their lives.
We're going to take a break.
And we have to deal with something like this. But I think it's important too that people see the ignorance of it.
He was trying not to laugh right there. You see that?
Yeah.
She was 3 feet away from him?
Yeah. Uncle Tom, tell him you're angry, Don. Your Uncle Tom. President Obama's Uncle Tom too.
Ouch.
Yeah, brutal. That's trying to do a live shot and have some. You would think if you had and I suppose maybe it's just good TV. It's like, let them go. Who cares if they swear? We've seen that go well for CNN. Yeah. But you would think that.
Well, they don't care if they swear. Are you kidding me? They're not worried about getting in trouble or anything. They'd probably like them to, and then just go, "Oh, I can't believe it." Sorry.
Well, I deeply apologize for if any young viewers were offended by the statements of that
young viewers watching CNN.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Exactly.
They're done watching Parliament over on C-SPAN. They switched over to CNN. It's in their 3-channel lineup. They're going up and down.
Watching the fucking. Have you actually?
Fuck yeah, I've watched Parliament.
No, I was gonna say Parliament. I've sat there and watched the House before, for just a 10-minute period. I
prefer Parliament.
Oh, who doesn't? Obviously.
Have you really, you nerd?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's so weird. The process is so weird.
What's weird about it?
It's just I try to, when I watch it, I try to figure out what the fuck is going on. Like, what is the procedure?
Yeah.
Like the prime minister will stand up and go to this little podium, which is surrounded. It's kind of in a square deal, and so he's sitting down there and he'll stand up and say some words and flip a binder and then shut it and then sit down and everybody just gargling about shit, and then another guy stands up and starts arguing. It's just bizarre to watch. Like, oh my God, how is this happening? And then another guy on another side stands up, and I don't know how all the parties fit together and shit, but yeah, I'll just sit there when I used to have cable, at least sit there and
have cable.
Yeah, I don't have cable.
Wow. Is that a new development?
No, it's been a while.
The $10 bill. We talked about the $10 bill.
There we go, dude. There's
there
Parliament right there. It's fucking weird.
Is there any audio on it?
Just look at the layout of it though. Pull it up. Yeah. Yeah, see how it's kind of like a rectangle?
Yeah, it looks like a ring.
Like a coliseum kind of. And they all just bitch. They all just start
Yeah,
yelling
they just
and
start
bitching.
yelling at each other.
Yeah,
and
but there has to be some sort of process to it.
Is that where someone got dumped in a dumpster after one of
No,
those?
that was an Eastern European deal.
Was it?
Remember that?
That guy in his suit and tie picked him up and threw him in a garbage
Threw him in a
can.
dumpster.
that guy in his suit and tie just, here you go.
Didn't the still images come out with his legs sticking out of the garbage
Yes.
can?
And he was very like non-combative. He just kind of took it. He was just like, straightened up like
Don't
a
kill
board,
me.
and they just tossed him in. Look at the
question
wig.
is that Mr. John Bercow do take the chair of this House as Speaker. As many as are of that opinion say aye.
See, this is ceremonial. This
Of the
isn't argumentative.
contrary, no.
Oh, we need argumentative.
Yeah,
I think the
it's when they're
ayes
arguing
have it.
about legislation and shit.
What would you search? Parliament argumentative?
I don't know, dude.
I can't believe we're listening to
It's
live audio
friggin'
from
sweet,
Parliament right
dude.
now.
It is so cool. Check it out for 5 minutes next time.
Yeah.
Don't just breeze by it. Check it out. I mean, really
Yeah.
watch it. Try to figure it out because I can't.
Dude, try to figure out cricket.
Oh, there you go. I was at a soccer game a year ago, and lo and behold, on a field next to a couple soccer fields, there was a cricket match going on.
No way.
And I watched that thing for like 30 minutes. I couldn't figure it out, man.
Yeah. Nobody can figure it out.
What do we got? House of Commons?
Brown versus Cameron. They come out to some house music.
Yeah, you
awesome.
go to a DJ.
Your mom is so stupid.
Oh,
God.
God.
They
Jeez.
dubbed
Someone's
it.
dubbed over it. No, Mickey's going blind.
I can't
That's the
even
problem.
see
You
that
can't
thing.
cue it up, and you're just going blind. The $10 bill.
Yeah,
That
Harriet
story-
Tubman. I'm with Mickey. Tubman.
I'm going Rosa, but
Team Tubman.
that story broke yesterday late, and so we just kind of saw the headline and ran with it.
And immediately started talking about blowjobs.
Right.
As we should have.
But and specifically whether Martha Washington went down on George.
Yes, that was the exact.
I'm sure she did. I mean, he's George.
I don't know. I
You
don't
should
know.
be
if
worried
it-
about going to prison.
Yeah, as Mickey said, it was sodomy.
Dude, he was the first
Yeah,
president
still
of the
is
freaking
sad.
United
Yeah, who's
States.
going to arrest the president for
Right,
getting
first
blowjobs?
ever. Pretty much a hero.
Yeah.
He made a big deal about actually being a regular person though, so that's totally fucking wrong.
I wonder.
Yeah,
I wonder.
People
so.
wanted to like call him Your Majesty and stuff. He's like, nope, I'm just a guy.
I wonder
Yeah.
if she had wooden teeth too, and if she did she take them out?
You wouldn't want a splinter.
Can you
Gummed 'em.
imagine?
Oh, yeah. No, thank you. For the first time in more than a century, though, the paper currency will feature the face of a woman. Who will it be? Treasury Secretary Jack Lew announced a newly redesigned $10 bill is set to be unveiled in 2020.
What? Slow down.
I know.
I know, dude.
It's like it's 5 years and they're
It will feature a woman who has contributed to and represents the values of American democracy. The release year coincides with the 100th anniversary of women gaining the right to vote.
so it's fucking.
Is
what's
it B. Anthony? Could it be?
Well, it says our paper bills and the images of great American leaders and landmarks that they depict have long been a way for us to honor our past and discuss our values. The decision to put a woman on the 10 reflects our aspirations for the future as much as reflections of the past. The Treasury Department will collect public input in town meetings and via the hashtag the new 10 on social media, mostly Twitter. Lou will make the final decision on design. The announcement follows a popular internet campaign, Women on 20s, to put Harriet Tubman on the 20 bill in place of Andrew Jackson.
I like that the campaign was women on 20s and they gave him a 10.
Yeah. You know, the
Dude,
whole-
he called Susan B. Anthony yesterday. If they're talking about suffrage, then it's going to be Susan B.
Well, First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt, Rosa Parks, and contemporary female Native American chief Wilma Mankiller.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
We all remember her.
Yeah, well, who could forget Wilma Mankiller?
She's
Do we really want Mankiller on the bill on the 10? Really?
But the people that would use hashtag women on the 20 wouldn't mind.
You're probably right. Those are the three other finalists in online voting.
I could see Eleanor Roosevelt.
Yeah.
But why is it 5 years?
I was thinking, well, the
These things take
Washington
time,
Post
E. These things take time.
suggested women like Betsy Ross.
No, she freaking stitched the American flag.
Yeah,
So what?
there's
That has
controversy
nothing to
about
do
that.
with
She just
voting.
did what she was told to do. Just make a flag.
Susan B.
She
Anthony.
mends. Who cares?
Yeah.
And Ida Wells, Margaret
Who?
Sanger. Also, they said Margaret Sanger. Yeah, Who did she blow? Who was Mrs. Sanger blowing?
Whose dick did she put in her mouth? Who did you say? Mida Wills?
They said Alexander Hamilton, who's currently on the 10, will remain on the note in some way. So they'll just put him in like a corner or something. Just keep him on there in some fashion. The last woman featured on U.S. bills were Martha Washington, who appeared on the $1 silver certificate from 1891 to 1896. We all remember those. Pocahontas, who appeared on a group photo on the 20.
From the movie?
From 1865 to 69.
The Disney character?
Yeah, exactly.
Was that a bill?
The Susan B. Anthony dollar coin from 79 to 81. Not very long. 99 also, but the series was halted due to poor public reception.
That's what you made a big deal about that I didn't know about? Something that was on for like a year?
Yeah, but that was really popular. Like everybody knew that.
I stand by the fact that if I went into the Meyer or whatever, it sounded like it went from 1 year.
But it's a collector's thing now.
I gotcha, but I think if I went into the average person, I don't think if I pulled 100 people at the Meyer, I don't think.
How about the $2 bill? You guys partial to those?
Oh yeah,
I've got some.
Aren't those awesome?
Yeah, they are. Yeah. I don't know who's on it, but
are you serious? Ben Franklin, right? Yeah, right. Franklin.
No, Franklin's on the hundo.
Who is?
I think Jefferson's
Jefferson.
on the 2.
You know what's funny? I have been to
Jefferson's on the 2.
Why don't we put a lady on the 2?
I've been to
why don't they get their own bill? Come up with your own $21 bill or something and put as many chicks on it as you want.
Fucking house? I cannot remember where his house is, Jay, but he has a house.
Oh, Monticello?
Yeah, I've been to Monticello.
Yeah, so have I. Whatever.
No, I was saying they give out, that was my point, was how they give out $2 bills and change when you buy like tours or whatever.
Oh, do they?
They give a shit ton of 2s out.
Huh.
I was thinking of some women who I'd like personally to see on the bill.
Wait, real quick, who was that Marta? I wanted to look up who that one person actually was, just because I was curious. Marta Wills or
Margaret Sanger.
Margaret Sanger.
Or Ida B. Wells.
Ida B. Wells.
The $2 bill reminds me of, I've got a friend who always carried a 2 in his wallet.
Yeah.
Just always had. I'm like, why do you have that 2? It's like, dude, I was walking down the street one day and there was this kid, and it's one of these little entrepreneurial little motherfuckers selling something, right? So he's selling cookies or something. And he's like, hey, man, you want to buy some cookies? And my buddy's like, no, I'm good. Come on. He talks him into it. And so he goes, all right, how much are they? And he goes, $5. He's like, all right, I got a 10. He gives the kid a 10. And he goes, you okay with 2 2s and a 1? The kid changed him in 2 2s and a 1.
That's
wow.
Awesome.
So my buddy loved this kid. He's like, this kid was the best. So he just keeps
2 2s and a 1.
You all right with 2 2s and a 1, man?
Absolutely, I am. That's great. That's great. So the people I was thinking about, Janet Sheeran. She was blowing Neil Armstrong.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. There we go. We all know now. We know.
First guy to step on the moon, whether it was in a sound studio,
right,
or the real thing,
the quote unquote moon.
She was the woman that was going down on Neil Armstrong.
Is she the one who just found that shit in his closet, where he was keeping?
Oh, there she is.
She looked great on a bill.
She was sucking off the guy who walked. You think he made her?
That's not Neil himself?
You think he made her say anything when like, oh yeah, I was on the moon, huh?
Yeah.
Take it.
If we were back up in space, I couldn't get it up. Remember that story?
Yes.
Not being able to get
an erection.
Can't get wood in space.
No, I think his former wife just found, or his widow, whatever, just found a bunch of shit he was keeping just in the closet.
No, you're right.
Like a bunch of relics from the moon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like shit that was NASA property.
Yeah.
My man took.
Yeah.
And I
don't blame him, but that would blow my mind though. To pull something off, like if he had a few stones in there.
Like, wow, that was on the moon.
Right. That would blow.
Mary Todd.
So every time you looked up at the moon, you'd think about not just me, but the rocks in your pocket.
Yes, exactly.
What about Mary Todd?
Mary Todd was what's her name's wife, right?
She was blowing Abe Lincoln.
Yeah.
I mean,
and she was a psycho.
Elsa Lowenthal.
Now that one I don't know.
Lowenthal, I don't know.
Yes, you do. She was blowing Albert Einstein. She blew Albert Einstein for years. Come on, Einstein. Look at her. She's a peach of a woman.
Sure, that's not Einstein.
Dude, I don't get what it is, but why are women so ugly in the past? Like that looks like a man.
Yeah, it sure does.
Have you ever seen a woman from like the 1700s, 1600s? When they're always like, oh, she was known to be a beautiful,
Our concept of beauty has changed, I think.
Quite a bit. What about
Anne Boleyn? Come on, you're not all over
She was
that?
hotter than shit.
Anne Boleyn was?
Oh yeah.
Again, they all kind of look like guys, or really fat,
or just gross. But that was a sign of respect,
right? You had
fat
because
you could afford food,
being plump.
Yeah. Boy, times have changed.
Well, not really, because fat asses are in. So
that's true. We're coming back around.
Exactly.
Fat asses
It's
are
all
good.
cyclical.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
But if they identify as thin, who are we to say, right? What about Lillian Bounds?
Just all this.
Lillian Bounds.
She was blowing Walt Disney for years. I mean, come on, he's Walt Disney. Susan Corner.
Nope, don't know her.
Who out of her vagine came Orville and Wilbur Wright.
Wow.
Yeah, they never got married, but that was the vagine responsible for the birth of Flight.
The loins.
Yes. Clara Bryant. What about Clara Bryant, boys?
No, I don't know.
She was blowing Henry Ford.
I love all these taking it up the ass.
And lastly, my personal favorite would be Donna Lindsay.
I know that name.
She was blowing Jonas Salk, who cured polio.
Wow.
I mean, talk about great moments in history.
Right.
These are the women that were blowing the guys behind all this greatness.
And maybe if
which
they
one of them doesn't belong on a bill?
Right.
What about Eli Whitney's wife? He invented the cotton gin.
The cotton gin, he did.
What if the women weren't
Mrs.
there
Whitney, can we get Mrs.
Right.
Whitney on a bill, please? I think she's earned it.
Well, Mike, you could argue if these women weren't there to blow these guys, they wouldn't be able to concentrate and come up with these great inventions or say.
Yeah, behind every great man, right?
Exactly.
Or a great woman, and behind the.
Unfortunately, Eli Whitney wasn't married, guys.
So that's why he was left off the list.
Freaking player.
Zotford still needs your trade-in, so they've had to extend this offer for a limited time. Zotford is conducting a special key for key event. During this event, you can exchange your current vehicle for a brand new 2015 Ford without spending a dime out of your pocket. Also, they may be able to match or lower your monthly payment. Zotford is authorized to assist you in terminating the remainder of your loan or lease, no matter what you owe. You give them the keys to your current vehicle, and they will give you the keys to a brand new 2015 Ford. Plus, as an added bonus, Zotford will make your first month's payment up to $500. You can only do this at Zotford, and you can only do it during the month of June.
Lester Holt, he's been officially named the new anchor of NBC's nightly news.
Brian Williams is gone.
Well, sort of.
Sort of, kind of.
The network announced his new appointment in a press release this afternoon. They also revealed that Brian Williams had accepted a job at MSNBC.
Wow.
Yeah. Williams also broke his silence, apologizing for the controversy. I'm sorry. I said things that weren't true. I let down my NBC colleagues and our viewers. I'm determined to earn back their trust. I will greatly miss working with the team on nightly news, but I know the broadcast will be in excellent hands with Lester Holt as anchor. I support him 100%, as he has always supported me. I'm grateful for the chance to return to covering the news. My new role will allow me to focus on important issues and events in our country and around the world, and I look forward to it.
So he's going to earn back trust on MSNBC?
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
Yeah.
And isn't that like the most poorly rated news station ever?
Which is probably why they want him there, Yeah, I don't know. What are you going to do? Throw the guy away?
Right.
I think, this is one of those cases where all the people who work in media can go, outrage, this is bullshit. Fact is, he was king of the mountain. He was the top dog. It's in their best interest to get rid of Brian Williams if you can. How much outrage was there from the public? I don't know. Time will tell. If he goes to MSNBC and does well, he'll go wherever he wants.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's one of those things where no harm, no foul. If he goes to MSNBC and just dies a slow death, the public will have spoken.
Right.
If he does well and shoots the ratings up, and
you'll see him back on the real station.
Yeah. He did do an interview, by the way, with Matt Lauer that airs today, Friday.
Hitting.
Yeah, exactly. But Lester Holt is on vacation. He tweeted out, I promised my family I wouldn't talk or think about work while we were on vacation, and I've been given permission to break that promise because of this news, and I'm very thankful, blah, blah, blah.
Wow, what a promotion, man.
Oh,
can you imagine that?
Huge. First African-American to first solo black anchor of a major network newscast.
Way to go, Lester.
And he'll do great. He's great. Lester Holt is great.
Yeah, what do I know him
I'm
from?
shocked.
I know I can picture him.
Is it Dateline that he does Dateline sometimes? But it's, I don't know, it's weird. Any of those 2020 or Dateline, it'll drive, it's a little weird because it's like I'm Lester Holt for Dateline, and then they'll go and they'll send it to
the guy who did
the story. So it's not like he's doing the story or reporting. It drives Beth nuts.
Yeah, he's like in studio,
yes.
kind of introducing.
Yeah,
I can picture that. Okay.
And you totally know him, and he's good. He's a great,
along with
great broadcaster.
Elizabeth Vargas, is it?
Yeah. Well, when she's not in rehab,
Well,
I mean, what she 8 times in rehab? No, I think twice, but yeah, she loves her alcohol.
What are you
gonna do? Who doesn't enjoy a few drinks, right?
Enjoy a cocktail now and again.
Anyway, so they're gonna air some of the interview on the nightly news with Brian Williams. That would be weird if Lester Holt was there this week, though, reporting this story of his promotion and Brian Williams being shipped to MSNBC, because you'd have to cover it, right?
Yeah, that would be kind of odd.
So it's probably best that, they probably waited for him to be on vacation so that someone else could report it.
Right.
It's just kind of a weird scenario, if you will. Why don't we take a quick break, and we'll come back and we'll tell you about the hot Carl death from a year ago. I can't believe it's been a year.
Naked, erect, penis,
breast. And I'm interested in what you guys think when you dream of being rich. I saw a story today about what Americans think would be the greatest purchase they could make if they were suddenly rich.
Okay.
And I've got a list of what the top 10 for men and for women are. And I'm interested in what you guys would think. So we'll get into that and more next.
The Detroit Cast continues after this short break.
Hey there, it's Steve Gabarra, the general manager at Zott Ford in Holly. Right now, lease the all-new 2015 Ford F-150 Super Cab XLT 4x4 for only $286 a month. Friends, this flagship of trucks is loaded with an EcoBoost engine, satellite radio, rear-view camera, remote start, chrome package, trailer tow package, plus about 1 million more bells and whistles. We have tons of the new 2015 F-150 in stock, and you can lease it for as low as $286 per month from Zott Ford at I-75 and exit 98. More importantly, I want to say thank you to all the TDC listeners that have already leased or bought a new vehicle from Zott Ford. Thank you. You guys are the best. Folks, check out our filthy deals and massive inventory at ZottFord.com. Get there.
The Detroit Cast continues now, bitches. Here's Mike and Jay.
Welcome back to the Detroit Cast on a Friday with Mike and Jay.
I got to tell you, Mike, something happened out there in the hallway.
You think?
Oh, dude.
What happened?
Gross,
Something
dude.
was amiss.
So gross.
E and I went upstairs to get some food and emails and stuff. And we were hit with just the nastiest stench ever. Something happened to it, man.
What, a cat went in there? And
Is
went
that
to
where
bathroom?
the litter box is right
Yeah.
inside there? Yeah, dude. She loafed big time. It was bad.
Yeah. It
Bad,
happens.
Mike.
What are you going to do? What are you going to do?
I don't know. Clean it up.
I'm in the middle of something right now.
We were on a break.
Yeah, I wasn't
You're
going to
make us. I don't know.
Well,
E.
it's either-
I would have
well-
taken care. Honestly, that was so
well,
bad.
Jay,
that was like a human
I know, but Jay,
sat down on a litter box and dumped.
but Jay, if you're talking about him cleaning it up now, it's that could be the difference of do you want to be home at 2 or do you want to be home
Yeah,
at
I was thinking of
1:30
you
or
guys.
2.
I was
I'll
thinking
take
of you
1:30.
guys. Yes.
You were not
you
thinking
guys.
of us, but that's fine.
Well, it just so happens that, it works that for my defense that I was thinking of you guys. So might as well be. I was thinking of you guys.
Don't forget to think about the Amazon link on our homepage.
Good point.
Use it. Please use it. It helps us out. We get a little kickback from Amazon. It doesn't cost you any more. So go on there as you normally do. Buy the King's peanut butter.
Yeah.
Do what you're doing there. What did we buy the other day? We had a delivery come. I don't know. Gab's always buying shit on there.
Is she using our link?
Yeah.
Good.
Absolutely. So, and we see that others are too. So we appreciate that. And just please continue to do it. It's a great way to donate, or you could donate to the show.
Yep.
Via PayPal. We see people doing that.
Go direct to the source.
Direct to the source. Cut out the middleman, right?
Yep.
Buy
All
some
of those are
merch.
helpful.
Buy some merch. Share us on Facebook. Don't forget about that. Rate us.
Yeah.
On
Give
any
us 5-star reviews, with comments.
podcast apps, whatever you're using, rate us.
Yeah, if you're not giving 5 stars though, just don't even bother.
It's something that we're learning as we go, but apparently the reason to say that, to push that, especially like the iTunes 5-star reviews,
it's all a
and
big
comments,
game.
It's all a big game. And the more people comment and 5-star rate you, the faster the Google Analytics pick it up and then put you at the tops of lists when it comes up with Detroit podcast. Like that's how they decide apparently how those things get placed and what order. You can buy your way onto those things, or you can get put on there by reviews and by, activity. So that's why that stuff is important.
We're not just a bunch of narcissists.
Exactly.
We just need 5 stars from y'all.
Right.
So that we can get put on the damn list.
Or rate it responsibly. How about that?
No, 5 stars.
Don't get pissed at something he says and then dock Jay and I 4 good stars
Right.
for that.
You go ahead and give us 5 stars and then ditch on Eric in your comment. Whatever.
There you go.
I love Jay and Mike, but the fucking Eric guy.
Or Mike and Jay. But yeah,
Jay
that
and Mike.
Eric guy, anyway. So yeah, all of that stuff is helpful. It's been 1 year since the Pigman trial.
That's remarkable, dude.
The
since
Pigman
the
incident.
Pigman, right.
Yeah, not the trial.
Little buddy.
Tragic 22-month-old Cooper Harris.
Little
buddy. My little buddy. The Georgia toddler who died after his father left him strapped in that hot Carl for hours while he was at work. Justin, middle name?
Ross.
Ross Harris. Justin
Ross Harris.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't even think of it. I think of Pigman.
Yeah, I know. Well, you should.
The guy looks like Porky Pig, flat out, especially in
Yeah.
that one image they always show where he's at the baseball game holding the little buddy.
Mhm.
Guy looks flat out like a Pigman.
Yeah, that nose all upturned.
Oh, yeah.
That was he was indicted by a grand jury last September on 8 counts, including malice murder, felony murder, cruelty to children in the first and second degree.
There he is.
Look at him, man.
Able.
He looks like Porky.
Yeah,
that
kid was going to grow up with a case of the Min too.
Yeah,
he was going to grow up with a case of the Pigman.
You're right.
You can see it already at 22 months old.
I will
or
say
whatever he
this
was
though,
there.
he looks a lot more like his mom, which good thing for him.
Well, I don't know if I'd say great thing for him. Maybe
dude,
above average thing for him.
If you got to look like that mom or that dad, come on, man.
I guess.
Facial feature wise,
But he got dad's nose,
a little bit.
which is the key element to the Pigman.
Yeah.
So
That's the element.
Defense attorneys.
No, the teeth matter too. So does the triple chin.
shit.
So do the cheeks.
Yeah, you're right. God.
There's a lot that goes into it if you think about it. It's not just the nose.
Yeah, you're right.
Also, the roundness of the face. He was going to look a lot like that guy.
Can you pull up a Porky side by side?
You know, I probably could, Jay.
That's doable, right?
For sure it is. So defense attorneys insist the death was a tragic accident after he just forgot to drop little buddy off at daycare. He accessed his car at lunchtime. Remember that? He went out to the car at lunchtime, opened the door.
Didn't notice him.
Placed an object in the passenger front seat. Prosecutors say he would have.
Think about that. If he knew his kid was in there, how brazen that would be.
Yeah.
Go in that car, you'd think like it'd be so hard, right? You'd be feeling so guilty all day long. Oh my God, I'm cooking my kid right now. Oh my God, I'm cooking him.
Or just
to go out there.
Well, or just the fact that you know it's going to be. I don't get it. You know it's going to be so much more suspicious that you're going out there and you didn't see the kid.
Yeah.
How could you not just make sure you walk to lunch that day, or a very, you know what I mean?
I don't know how you go as a human being, how you move toward that car during that day. He's the Pigman. That proves it. He's Porky.
Can we put a red bow tie on Justin Ross Harris? I think if we put a red bow tie on him. Sorry, Mick. Not to ruin your night. Yeah, there are definitely some similarities there. Anyway, yeah, you're right, dude. Going out to the car, what do you think would have happened then? You think the kid would have been dead already?
I don't know, man. Would he start stinksing by then? They said that's the thing. That's bullshit. That kid would have stank like ass.
Yeah.
Would have released the bowels, all the gases and all that. Remember Gary the Dead Body?
Yeah.
Talked about that.
So maybe it didn't happen yet. Maybe he was hoping to go out there at lunch. The kid would have been dead.
Gary the Dead Body expert, I meant.
Right.
Not the dead body.
Right.
Couldn't tell us that.
That wouldn't have helped us. No, but if he goes out there and he's thinking, oh, the kid's going to be dead. This way I go out at lunch and the kid's dead. And I go, oh my God, the kid died. Oh my God.
And he looks back there and the kid's still gasping.
Just like, yeah.
Just a sweaty mess.
Yeah.
Oh, you asshole.
Yeah. They talked about his searching the internet for information on about how long it would take for a child to die in a hot car, people who die, and people who live child-free lives.
Yeah, dude, I forgot about him looking all that shit up.
Yeah, leading up to it. People who live child-free lives is the one that gets me, where it's like, dude, that's a tough one. They additionally found there was sufficient evidence to charge Harris with criminal attempt to commit a felony and dissemination of harmful material to minors. Those charges relate to accusations that he was sexting lewd photos of his exposed erect penis to a myriad of chicks, including the underage one.
Yeah.
That's where the minors thing
Hey,
comes
how
in.
old was little buddy?
Little buddy was 22 months old.
God, it didn't take him long to decide he wanted to be child free, right?
Yeah.
22 months, less than 2 years. Dude, he barely hit like stride. I mean, there's all sorts of dumb shit that happens in the next 3 or 4 years that could arguably make you decide you don't want kids, but he was barely in it,
Really?
man. Dude, 2 years in, yeah, he's seen a lot of the infant bullshit and gone through some tough times.
But they're not mobile yet.
Well,
at 22 months they are.
Yeah, he's mobile, but there certainly hasn't gotten into any trouble. So
you would think at 22 months there would still be enough of a new car smell,
right,
that you wouldn't be like thinking trade in.
Well, certainly not like come to a meeting of the minds with your spouse, which it appears. I don't know. I don't want to jump to that conclusion, but I think there was some.
She passed
some
a poly.
evidence. Did she? Okay.
Yeah, she did.
Sorry.
She might not have known anything about it.
Yeah.
You know, who knows? And she's standing by her man. But.
Just real quick, that bugs the fuck out of me when parents do that. 22 months. I really, after a year, right? After a year, I've heard more than that. I've heard, it's
29 months.
Right. 18,
37 months old.
Dude, fucking after 12. They're a year. It's so ridiculous. Anyway, I know that comes out of nowhere.
No, that's a good one. That's bothered me in the past too. Sure.
I'm glad I'm not the only.
He's a year. No, he's like a year and a half.
Well, they think it's so cute, right, Jay? Like, oh, he's 18 months. It's like,
I remember when mine was 19 months. It's so similar.
Yeah, 22 months sounds like a weird, but you could argue that saying a year and 10 months sucks.
No, you just say he's about 2.
Exactly. It's a year and a half, 2. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
How many months is E? Can we start Can we start
It's like
talking about E in months?
It's like 361, whatever. I wrote it. I tried to do this as a joke before. That's why I know it off the top of my head that I'm around 365 months or something like that. So I just
384 months.
There we go.
Eric,
I'm trying to. What I did there is I tried to slip some like
32 times 12.
Yeah.
Good man.
So I'm trying to slip some like comedy here into the podcast, but
by the
that
way,
would be welcome at some point if you want to be comedic. We'd welcome that, E. Yeah, at some point. I mean, we're on 366. Episode 366. Anytime, buddy.
I'm still test shopping my ideas, Jay. I'm trying them as much as I can, but what can I do?
That was a nice start, nice sample. I think we'd be interested in hearing some more.
Sure, we'll take more.
Yeah,
we'll take more anytime you want.
I'm trying, damn it.
So where are we at with the Pigman trial?
In the fall, I told you.
They say prosecutors have turned over all discovery material to the defense, which they expect. Look at that, poops.
Did you draw that yourself or you find it?
I took it off Porky, bro.
Pulled it off Porky.
And then I enlarged it.
And put it on
I love that you sons of bitches know how to do that.
Isn't that great?
Yes.
It's not hard.
I'm not sure you could.
I love when people do that. Take pictures of us and meme them and stuff.
Yeah, you see the Jemima? Funny. Dude, It's on like the TDC Facebook fan page. Your Jemima thing.
With that smug look on my face.
So smug.
Yeah, what were you doing? Was that like...
That was one of our show pics, I think, where you and I were both doing that.
Just a dumb... Yeah.
It fits so well. It fits so well.
It's like you're just smelling something ill.
Yeah. They need to get our new logo there.
Yeah.
On the Detroit Cast fan page.
Yeah, come on,
need our new
Fox.
logo.
Jeez.
Yeah. Step it up, Fox.
I know you're driving out there in front of cars and slamming.
No, you're doing your bumper sticker marketing for us. But
did you see what he did the other day, by the way?
Oh, the Lucky Charms one?
No, well, that one's great too. No, Jim Fox he lives in Colorado, right?
Oh, yeah. He sent the guy.
Dude, he sent that guy that we got in the fight with,
Oh,
that you
my
called
God.
a dumb fuck.
Yes.
He sent him a Detroit Cast bumper sticker.
I did see that.
Which is hilarious.
I cannot imagine what it would be like. I would give anything to see that guy's face when he opens up that mail. As he said his own stupidity, he said his own street and address on the show after he knew he was on the show.
Yep. We told him not to.
Should we call him in like a week and see if...
Yes.
He probably listens.
You so should call him in a week and see if he got that package.
Yeah.
John, if you're listening, it was John, right?
It was John and his son, Adam Herzl.
Yeah. John, if you're listening, you're still a dumb fuck.
Yeah.
Talk to you later.
He didn't mean that. Jay didn't mean that.
We will call him at some point again.
We'll have to be on our game. We'll have to like get in game shape mode to call him because
that was serious shit.
He's a handful.
But you have a reason.
He's
That's
a
the thing.
handful.
At least you do have a reason. You can follow up whether that bumper sticker came.
Yeah.
He's very frustrated when people waste his time. Right?
Yes. Oh yeah. I've given you enough of my time this evening already. I bid you adieu.
If your time really freaking mattered, you would have said, wrong number, dude. Click.
Yeah.
But instead, we talked for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Your time doesn't matter, sir.
Yeah. Great
Listen,
point.
you dumb fuck. Just get your kid on the line.
You're the dumb fuck who shot yourself in the foot.
That was
that it?
Is that how you said it? Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, they expect to set a trial date sometime next year. He claims
this is an outrage. I'm outraged.
Yeah.
I want a speedy trial.
Yeah.
For this son of a bitch. No,
It's
I guess
his
the
right. He's got a right to a
prosecution
speedy
just turned over a bunch of stuff.
All the discovery's been turned over
And
to
so
the
defense is like, we need some time on this.
Ooh, there's just so much here.
A lot of electronic shit whenever you're involving texts and shit.
But we already know all the stuff. Like, what's there to find?
There's a lot of
we knew that within
scientific
2 days.
I know.
Within 2 days, we knew he was sending exposed pictures of his erect penis.
It's got to be reams of data, electronic
Is
data,
this just that people
like from internet searches and shit. And in reality, they all know what day matters, right? And they're all, Judge, they've got 50 other cases going, is what it is.
Really?
Judge, how can we even, point to 4 bankers boxes?
Yeah.
To have a proper defense.
Yeah.
The judges, sure. Take your time.
Do you think the judge is going take your time because it's such a public case too?
That, and somebody sent me something about a month ago that the judge was in some hot water ethically. There was some ethical violation or something. And so it was up in the air as to what his future was.
Really?
So things might just be on hold in that regard. I don't know.
You think he can get a fair trial there?
Yeah.
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 Not too much publicity around that story. Not that I want him to move it. Now, anyway, on to another story that broke last night, which is about this 18-year-old kid who lost his iPhone.
Okay.
Just graduated, and he lost his phone, and then he got himself murdered when he had his Find Me app on his iPhone.
Yeah.
And so he tracked where it was and went there with his sister. And three black guys are in a car. And he goes up to the car and is like,
Hey,
you got
man.
my iPhone.
Yeah.
And they were like, fuck you. And then the guy tries to take off and he like grabs the door and hangs on for a second. And someone pulled a gun and fucking shot him.
Oh,
Dude,
and killed him.
I get it because I fucking love my phone. It's a disaster in my mind if I lose it.
You
But if
almost did the other day.
I know, and I would go through withdrawals in reality if I missed it for a day. But you see, your phone's lost, and it's not just, it's at the CVS. You see a group of guys, and it doesn't matter who they are to me. A group of three dudes like in a city, and they got your phone.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm letting that go, and just freaking.
Would you just call the police at that point if you go, hey, I've got a tracker on my phone and I know basically where it is? Why would you go handle it yourself as an 18-year-old kid?
Right.
Went there with his sister and
just the last person I'd take is my
your
sister.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's got all your favorite porn on there. You just let it go.
Dude.
That's some important shit on there.
Yeah.
True.
At that point, I'm letting it go, dude. I'm not going up to some car and taking, like I said, it could be anybody. It does not have to be three black guys. Anybody.
Well,
right?
It's the black guy.
It's the black
That's
guy.
what it
angle.
is.
If it was three,
it's a black guy.
If it was
I'll let it
three
go.
white guys,
Yeah.
No.
You'd be like, gentlemen, could I
how
please
we
have my
doing,
phone?
guys?
The only way
Big gulps, huh? Well, see you later.
The only way I'm going to find my phone if I go to the app is on the Track Me app is like, it's at the Big Boy, or it's at the CVS. It's showing that it's in this CVS. Okay, I was here earlier. I lost it.
You ever notice how many times he uses Big Boy as an example?
Yeah.
I did work there for like 5 years.
But they're not around anymore. There's like
still
one
Big
every,
Boys.
800 miles. It's just
That's not true. There's one in Union Lake still, and there's one in Walled Lake still. That's two within.
Is this true, Mickey?
It's true. There's one in Heartland as well.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
it's like the hotbed of Big Boy.
Big Boy is an amazing
They're
food.
in Michigan. That's where they
M59
started.
is a hotbed.
Is it?
Oh yeah.
I guess they're not even on my radar.
Yeah, because there's another one right down the next exit on M59, and
They used to catch my eye because I always wanted to steal one, right? Everybody always wanted to steal one, and there was always the urban. Oh yeah, I know a guy who did. They stole.
You mean the Big Boy with holding
the fucking Big
burger.
Boy? Yes.
Right.
But
Well,
other than that, once I got over that, I don't know. They just don't catch my eye. They're really still around. Huh?
Yeah.
Well, I guess
Elias
I worked.
Brothers.
Right.
Yep.
I guess I worked at one for a while, but it is good food, even though they're
Is
not.
it really?
Yes.
Really?
No.
E?
Yeah, no.
Really?
Yes.
E?
No.
E?
Yes. They're
Really? E? Yes. No. Yes. No.
There's
with you today, man.
They're fish and chips.
Oh,
or filet of
yummy.
fish. Are you,
fresh fish.
Are you fucking serious?
Ooh, fresh
No,
off the boat.
It actually
I'm sure.
is. Okay, fine. I don't care.
Only the finest.
Yep, whatever you want.
I like the Big Boy sandwich.
Their fish
With the
is
special
actually very good fish and chips.
Shut up.
No, it is. It's actual like Icelandic cod.
Oh, shut
yes,
the
it
fuck
is.
up.
Yes, it is.
It's so fucking frozen.
No,
you are
yes,
not
it
getting
is.
any sort of good fish at Big Boy.
It is.
But it's
You are not
it's
getting-
cod, but it's frozen, right?
Probably, but I mean the fish and
It's
chips.
delicious, dude.
I'm telling you right now that it's very good.
It's
fish and
no
chips.
better than any fucking
It's way-
boxed frozen
No,
cod you
no.
can go buy at Kroger.
No. You're wrong. You are wrong. It is it's better than freaking the stupid what I'm trying to think, the Leo's Coney or a lot of those places where it just tastes like big fish and chips. It actually tastes like whatever. I'm not gonna.
I will say this: my dad used to get the perch at Big Boy. I know. Who
They
the hell
actually sold perch
Dude,
at Big
who
Boy,
would
and your
buy
dad bought it.
Dude,
The waffles
my
are very
dad
good.
always gets the ridiculous stuff out. He'll get meatloaf all the time. Oh, the meatloaf. He's like, are you kidding
No,
me?
your dad will go.
The meatloaf.
Excuse me. How's the meatloaf here? Does he ask how it
The
is?
waitress be like, I don't know.
I've never had it. In fact, no one's ever ordered it before, but
I
it
could
looks
ask.
good.
Do you want me to ask?
What do you have a stock statement that you would say when people would ask? Because I always ask people that, like, how's your burger? And they're like, people seem to like it and stuff.
You know what?
I have noticed that you asked that. I always think it's just, a very, I don't know, pointless question. They're gonna make shit up.
Well, you'll occasionally run into someone who goes,
no. You won't. You'll run into someone who, if given the choice, they'll choose one.
Yeah.
But they won't say, don't get the burger.
Yes,
they
will.
Yes,
they will.
I've done it.
Absolutely had people go, you know what? I mean, I'm not going to tell you what to order.
Okay,
but
let me tell you this.
I would stay away from our blah, blah, blah is frozen. I wouldn't get that.
100% certainty what they suggested is higher priced.
Not necessarily.
No.
With 100% certainty, it is.
I think they're playing for the bigger tip.
Exactly.
From me.
They're
Not
looking
from the
at the
fact
20%.
that the burger was $5 versus a $4.
They're talking you out of a burger into a fillet.
No, not necessarily.
No. I'm not. We're not doing fillets versus burgers. So
I remember you pulled that shit at Twin Peaks when we were there.
Did I?
Yeah, you pulled that shit, and some big, freaking mountainous terrain chick.
Yeah.
Telling you what's better, a freaking burger or
and
a Reuben.
She steered us to those shredded beef nachos, which were awesome. She said, I would recommend those. They're bigger if you're going to share them with people. And they were. It was a great choice. The barbecue beef, shredded beef nachos, believe it or not, are awesome there.
I absolutely, as a server, would actually, if people actually asked me, I would say stuff that I actually liked, and I was very honest when it came to that
totally
stuff.
See EB.
So you actually tasted the menu?
I mean, if I hadn't had it before, what I would say is, you know what, I actually haven't had that before, but I would.
How many things off the menu?
At Big Boy, I had several things off the menu. I thought it was a very
aside from the desserts, you son of a bitch.
I never ate desserts. I didn't eat desserts.
Never had the hot fudge ice cream cake.
Oh,
I didn't.
Good stuff.
I didn't because those were a pain in the ass to make, and I hated when I had to make them. So I wasn't going to make one for myself on my own time.
Yeah, you rarely got one that was truly put together. The image always looked 100 times better than the slop you got.
It was a pain in the ass.
Put it together.
Right.
It was a pain in the ass to put together. So no, I don't know. Well, I'm just saying personally, I thought the Big Boy menu was pretty decent, and
you're wrong. I'm telling you, you're wrong.
Fuck you. You're wrong.
It's fucking Big Boy, dude.
Fuck you. You're wrong.
Yeah,
I ate there every day for 4 years at one point.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I'm not. I never ran out of things to eat, and actually every day was actually hard to decide what to eat because I liked everything I could eat. So
that's why I stayed there for 5 years.
God, what an unbelievable palate you have.
The southern omelet.
Ooh, yes.
The waffle.
Who could forget it?
The Belgian is pretty damn good.
No, they have a good waffle.
How do you fuck up waffles though?
Yeah, you don't.
You can. I've had waffles that are bad.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't know how we got here from the 18-year-old who lost his life searching for his iPhone, but
because never mind, doesn't matter.
No, but I left my iPhone at the Big Boy. That's how we got there.
That's
right.
right.
I use Big Boy's examples. Yeah.
Well, I think we can. If any, for anyone listening to us right now, be on the lookout because they say that one of the men is wearing a white T-shirt with some black design on it.
Okay, got it.
Gotcha.
Another is believed to have short hair.
Got it.
Black guy with short hair. He's wearing a black jacket or shirt and a hat.
Oh, okay.
So
could be one of those.
About 6 foot, 180 pounds, right around there.
Yeah, mid-20s maybe. The third suspect is believed to be a slimmer build. He's wearing a blue shirt and a black hat.
Got it.
So if you see a black guy with a blue shirt and a black hat, maybe you want to call your local authorities and let them know where you spotted said gentleman because they're looking for him.
What city did this happen in?
This was in Ontario.
But they could be here by now.
Now for sure.
This could be an international case. We just don't know. So if you happen to see a black man wearing a white shirt with a black design on it, one with short hair wearing a black jacket or shirt and a hat, or thirdly, a slimmer build one with a blue shirt and a black hat.
You think they'd all be together or are they separated at this point?
Well, Ontario, how are they going to get across the ocean in this short of time?
That's a great point.
Well,
we do have Canadian listeners.
They could have flown. They could have flown in. They just recently have gone.
Yeah, that's assuming their passports are up to date.
Yeah.
But
Ontario. What is there a joke I'm missing here?
A little bit.
Yeah, sort of.
Ontario?
Windsor,
Ontario.
I know it's not across the ocean, you asshole.
Do you?
Yes.
Do you really?
I've driven across. I've ran even across said bridge and said tunnel.
Okay.
So
I don't think they allow foot traffic on that bridge.
On the in the marathon they do.
Well, anyway, be on the lookout.
Yeah, I will. Yeah.
I should give this out too.
Should I call into work tomorrow just in case?
Yeah. Maybe you should. I thought I had the number that you could call, but I
Damn
don't.
it.
Speaking of E at work,
Go get him, E. Go get him.
go get it, E. Go get it.
You got this shit. You
Okay,
got this.
Come on,
shit.
one take E. That's what we call him.
Hey, it's me, Big E. And as you may have heard, I just gave the stand-up for 2 weeks ago. I just gave the stand-up performance of my life, wearing my fitted Zott Ford President's Award shirt. Thank you very much. Speaking of Zott Ford and Holly, we are closer than you think. Looking at I-75 and exit 98, literally right off the highway. Plus, for a limited time, excuse me.
Look at the poops. Lick your box. Lick your box. Go get your box, poops.
Oh,
Look at that, poops.
Oh shit, she's going to town.
Yeah, she's really having her way with her box.
I don't want to get cum over my shit.
Oh my God, Proops.
She's going to town on her box.
Oh God.
What?
What are you doing?
You got caught. Busted.
Sick.
Holy hell. Where was I?
I guess I'd lick my box if I could.
I would so lick my box if I could. Anyway,
You can and you do.
plus for a limited time, if you come into this dealership and say, we love peeling the layers of Big E's onion, but we fear for his anal hymen and is in grave danger, we'll give you a free autographed t-shirt and a hat after you take a delivery of your new or used car, truck, or SUV. Folks, the supply of autographed shirts and hats is extremely limited. So this offers only while supplies last. Check out the massive inventory and sick deals at Zotford.com. That's SZOTT.
Wow, that was really quite
Smooth.
effective.
Smooth. Very smooth.
Didn't let Proops licking her box interrupt you in any way.
No.
Well done.
We got a young model who lost a leg due to. You could lose a leg to a situation.
How?
Well, I'll tell you how. She got toxic shock syndrome, or TSS, as it will be
sure.
referred to here going forward.
We're all
TSS.
familiar.
You haven't heard of this? Seriously?
Oh, I actually haven't. No.
She almost died. She's suing the company that manufactured the Kotex that she used. And
that's
the
serious
grocery
shit.
stores.
I've heard of that.
Okay.
Yeah, have you?
Mm-hmm.
From
Which one is she?
Either
one, they're pretty good looking, actually.
Yeah, models tend to congregate together.
Yeah.
The one on the left.
Lauren Wasser's her name.
Not
She's
bad.
she's also suing the grocery stores that sold them.
Well,
She alleges the Kimberly-Clark Corporation and Kroger and Ralph's are negligently, wantonly, and recklessly, tortuously, and unlawfully responsible in some manner.
What's her name again?
Lauren Wasser.
Put it in your own words, Lauren. Now, I'm going to slide this paper over to you. Here's a pen. Just put it in your own words.
Okay, I was like thinking these people are like negligently, wantonly, recklessly, tortuously, and unlawfully like responsible in, I don't know, some manner.
Okay, perfect. Slide that back.
No need to edit this.
I'll just have my secretary type that up and we'll file that with the court. Well,
Okay.
Well put.
Okay.
She has a leg situation too. Did you see this?
Yeah, look at this. A leg. That's the story.
Yeah.
The story is she lost her leg.
Because of the.
You son of a bitch. Do you listen to anything?
No, he doesn't.
That's the whole point of the story.
He's already on vacation.
Fuck. What do you think we're doing?
I thought the story was she
What?
I thought,
What? Say it, you son of a bitch.
I thought the story was she almost died.
So at night, do you think if you're in the next room, if she's in the bathroom getting ready for bed and she has to take her leg off and her tampon off, do you think you just hear
Clunk. Clunk.
like several times during a 1 week period of the month, you just hear.
Maybe. Yeah.
So they say that these guys are responsible in some manner for her hospitalization for TSS, in part because the disclaimer on the box was not clear enough.
Hold on. Doesn't everybody know about TSS if you're a chick? I've heard of that, and I'm a dude.
Yeah. I'm not so familiar with it, but
you've heard of it.
Sure.
No?
Toxics. Yeah, I have heard of it, but I wouldn't have.
It says it on literally, excuse me, every tampon box.
How do you know?
Certainly inside it does.
Tampon boxes are in bathrooms, are they not? No.
In the women's ones.
Dude, how hard are you looking at tampon boxes?
Right.
Honestly, I don't know that I've ever looked at a tampon box in my life.
never.
Like my eyes go toward it and then they
Oh,
jump
God,
away. Feminine product.
Oh,
Feminine product.
gross.
Divert the eyes. Divert the eyes.
I've
That's how I go.
never,
I
ever
don't,
looked at
I
a
don't
box.
necessarily exclaim that out loud, but that's what my brain thinks.
I don't even like seeing the exposed wrapper in the garbage can.
No, I don't even like the aisle at the grocery store, to be honest with you.
Avoid.
Yeah.
Avoid.
Hustle through there.
Yeah. Just coming through. Excuse me. I'll be on my way. Excuse me.
Hustle.
Really double time it. You kind of do, right?
Oh, I never even walk down there because I don't have to. But
Yeah.
if I did for some reason,
No, as a married dude, I've never been put in that position where I have to like buy those or
Thank
anything.
God. Good
You've
for
never
you.
gotten that call from
No,
Gab?
pick me up some.
Yeah.
No,
Good.
No,
I've
that's awesome.
never been down that aisle. I honestly, Mickey, how are you saying that every single box?
I remember shit that I read, and definitely.
But when
that's
you
on
read
Son of a
tampon
bitch
boxes.
is scoping tampon boxes.
Yeah. We
I think I probably
don't make
bought
us
them
peel your
before.
onion, Mickey.
You bought them?
Yeah. What am I? Oh yeah, for deer.
Oh, Nana called.
For what?
For deer, for scent for deer. You can get the ones that are unscented, and you soak them in deer piss, and then you hang them from fucking trees, and the deer come because they think that they've peed there, and then you shoot them.
So the deer come because they think they pee there. It excites them
Actually, you get
to the point of coming.
Yeah.
Well, the male deer, yeah, actually.
Wow.
They start.
Yeah. You couldn't just accomplish that by dipping a rag in some piss or a napkin. You need to get a tampon to do it. There are other absorbent products in the world.
What they sell for it that are really expensive are like these little tags that are the exact same
Yeah,
material
here's
as
the thing.
tampons. My mom saw it and was like, "You
Tampons.
should go buy some tampons." I was like, okay.
Tampons.
They do have a holder there that you can just tie them off.
Well, that's the thing too.
And deer
They've
piss is
got-
gross.
They have a handy string to just hang from the tree. It really is quite ingenious.
And the
Yeah.
other ones are way more expensive. The ones that are
Huh.
actually for it.
So your mom actually called it.
I don't want to
she's
ever
a
hear my
smart
mom
lady.
use that word.
Yeah.
She said tampon. So it
yeah,
wasn't the
that's
word.
better. That's better.
The warning on these boxes.
So hold on. So you for a moment imagined your mom's use of a tampon.
No.
didn't you?
Yeah, you had
did.
to.
For
You
a
had
moment.
to.
Why did you
You would
just
have
do
to.
Just for a moment.
What
All
an
right. Well,
asshole.
For an
yeah.
instant. You would
I
have
would.
to.
Instant. You
I
picture
would-
you pictured your mom with one leg up.
Yeah. I'm gonna
That's
pull
what
it in
I
here.
see.
Fuck you,
And
Jay.
just a
Fuck
string.
you.
Just
Just a
inserting.
string.
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna go.
Mrs. Mickey.
Mrs. Mickey just with a string
Yeah,
dangling.
just hang-
Ah. The brand's warning reads: change your tampon every 4 to 8 hours. 4 to 8. Who knew?
That's a big
Including
variation.
overnight.
We
Including
talked about
overnight.
that.
That's a big variation.
Wasn't there an astronaut who was
Yes.
got all pissy because the male engineers were like, I don't know, you're going for like a week. What do you need?
So
Like
here's 500.
800,
Yeah.
600. What do you need?
Yeah.
She's like, you dumbasses. And then that
I
led to
wouldn't
discussion.
know that.
I don't know.
I have no
yeah,
idea.
like 3 a day, 4 a day. I don't know, whatever.
By the way, 4 to 8 even seems like that's a
Yeah, leaving
lot
that
of-
shit in there.
lot
For,
of leeway to me.
yeah, doubling up like
Right.
that. Well, it's sort of like the time the cable guy is going to come over, between
Right.
4 and 8.
yeah.
Nice. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Same thing with the tampon.
Including overnight. So do you have to set an alarm for every 4 hours so you can get up? Change it out. I mean, what if
Well,
you
4 to
get a
8.
little
Do you
hammered?
leave those things in overnight? I don't know.
Otherwise, you're gonna
I
make a
guess you
mess.
do,
of them.
right?
Yeah, I don't know.
E, what do you do? How do you handle the situation?
I don't handle it at all. I just let it go.
You just wear the pad.
yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Pad.
Well,
Oh, gross.
The pad, the maxi.
with the wings. Do you like the wings onesie?
I don't care.
It protects his panties.
Whatever's
Yeah.
cheapest.
Whatever's cheapest. 3 years ago, Lauren was 24. She was living her dream. 5'11" model. Everything was based on looks. I was that girl. I didn't even think about it.
Oh, fuck you.
This site-
Jesus.
I know.
This
You know,
site
you-
recommends 4 to 6 hours for tampon changing.
Okay.
I just checked it out.
You know what? A statement like that. Everything was based on my looks. It was great.
Yeah.
Or how did she word it? I forget. Sorry, but
Everything was based on looks. I was that girl, and I didn't even think about it.
she deserves this. Sorry.
The ordeal that would transform her life forever began October 3rd, 2012, when she she sprinted to a nearby Ralph's grocery store.
Gross.
She was out of tampons.
Well, maybe if you had a little pre-planning, you wouldn't have to be in that situation.
So she stocked up, they said, on her brand of tampons, the Kotex Natural Balance.
Well,
Yeah, those are
Easy Glide.
Yeah, preferred format of the of women everywhere. Like most girls, she knew the rules about changing the tampon every 3 to 4 hours. And on that day, she recalled replacing her tampon in the morning, afternoon, and evening. Later that night, she started feeling seriously sick. So she drove herself home. She was at a friend's partying and crashed out in bed. The next thing she remembered was waking up to the police pounding on her door. And she was still in a daze. So she's just like, go away.
Oh, my God.
Like, fuck off already. I'm like sleeping in here.
Getting my beauty rest.
At that point, she's had a tampon in there for what, like 18 hours?
I don't know. Doesn't say exactly. So they went away. She was like, just like fuck off or whatever. I'm in here sleeping. And so a friend comes back with police again. They find her face down in the bedroom with a fever of 107 degrees.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. She was rushed to the hospital. Doctor said
with a string between her legs.
Yeah, still in. Yep. I think that's how they dragged her out of the room.
Oh my God.
They didn't have time for a stretcher. I mean, it was all systems were go and they had to go.
Oh my God.
Grab the string, let's go. And they just
there's a handy handle. Just grab it.
Oh my, gross.
So they dragged her down the stairs and into a waiting ambulance. Her internal organs were shutting down. She'd suffered a massive heart attack and was 10 minutes from death. The medical team was baffled until some infectious disease specialist, probably a female, walked in and asked, does she have like a tampon in or something? And they're like, never thought to look.
Yeah, there's a skanky 18-hour in tampon laying here.
It's soaked. This thing's sopping.
Gross.
Well, I'm just saying, if it'd been in there too long, I mean, she should have been on her 5th one of the days. And now she's been using this one the whole time.
You're right, Mike.
Mess. They sent it to the lab. It came back positive for toxic shock syndrome, which is a bacterial infection. It's rare.
But it's known, dude. I've heard of it. I've heard that's the danger in tampons.
Versus obviously the other option.
What's the other option?
The pads.
It's been linked to super absorbent tampons. Lauren said she does not remember being put into a coma or friends coming to pay their last respect. She does remember waking up with 80 pounds of fluids being pumped into her and black toxins being pumped out. I had like tubes everywhere.
80 pounds of fluids. It's weird to hear like fluids in a weight measurement like that.
Mm-hmm.
Not a liquid
80
measurement.
pounds of fluids.
Yeah. That's her words.
Oh,
wow.
That's a quote.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Like 80 pounds of fluids being pumped in. By filing suit, the family's legal team also, the infection turned to gangrene.
Oh, it's gangrenous?
It's gangrenous.
Damn it, dude.
Yeah.
2 days in a row.
That vagine needs to be just shut down.
Oh, there's the real story right there. There's the damages.
Yeah.
My God, man. It's not the leg. It's the gangrenous vagine.
It's Chernobyl at that point.
To
me,
me, can't go
it's
back.
Chernobyl.
You just got to leave it.
Yeah, it's just like maybe in a few hundred years, we'll see how things play out.
Let it grow what it grows.
Yeah.
You just leave it alone.
Yeah.
Don't go near it.
No. I mean, hazmat suits, even with hazmat suits, just stay away. If your vagine gets gangrenous, it's Chernobyl.
Well,
shut it down.
She still has an ass and a mouth, right?
Yeah, but I mean, as far as that exact
no, I know, but for guys,
goes,
when it comes to the damage, I mean,
I think she's a lesbian, so we're probably out anyway.
Oh, wow.
By filing suit, the family's legal team wants to
How do
create
you know?
awareness.
It said girlfriend in that picture we were looking at.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
Well, it could just be a friend that's a girl.
It said girlfriend.
Yeah, but girls say stuff like that.
It would just say friend.
Maybe.
Yeah, I probably
I'm with
would.
Mickey.
All right. Well, that friend's shit out of luck.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's Chernobyl. And
They could-
guess you could grind it.
You couldn't really 69. You could 6 maybe, but you wouldn't want to do the whole complete to 69.
Oh no, if you look
I think
at it,
if you do scissors, you're going to have to do it with something on too, right? You're not going to want to contract anything.
but for the girl's friend, it's nothing to do with her. She'll like the one girl.
Yeah, but I think mashing vagines is a very, very critical part of that culture.
Is it?
And
That sexuality.
Yeah, I mean that's part of it. You want to mash vagines together.
I think
in a swift motion.
I think he's right at some point.
I mean, it's all about the
But
mash. Everybody knows that.
But I'm thinking,
I'm
like,
not sure it's all about
No,
that. I
but-
think that's kind of a side.
No, but my
dish,
thought
to be
process
honest.
is
I
for
think
the-
the main course is obviously oral.
Cunnilingus?
That's my
Yes.
and my point is for the other one, it could just be wow, I'm never having to give ever again. I'm just receiving the rest of my life.
Yeah, I don't know, man. They say that the family just wants to alert people. That's why they're suing.
Oh,
they just want to alert people to the possible dangers.
In this day and age of social networking and stuff, they couldn't maybe just put out a bulletin saying, "Hey, once again, guys, I'm a model." She could do a spread saying, "Remember, this is a thing."
So they're not seeking monetary damages.
Oh no, they are.
Oh,
but
why?
that's just a sidebar of it.
Maybe they'll put some billboards up or something. Use that money to alert the public.
Exactly, which is what they're really all about.
I think people know about this. I honestly think all chicks know about this threat or this risk.
Yeah, well, they said in the article they talk about how tampons have morphed over the years to using synthetics, fibers, and plastics, where it used to just be cotton. And so that's the problem. And she says, had I known all the info about tis, I would have never used tampons.
Well, you probably did, right?
She should have been deer hunting
for her, but for her lawsuit, it's in her best interest to make statements like that. Okay, before we get to email, I did want to ask you guys about the most people, what they want if they. In your dream scenario, what if you had money to burn, what would you want? The luxuries that people would want, that they look up to movie stars and rock stars that they're able to have. I got to be honest, I was kind of surprised by the list for men and for women.
So you're going to ask us before you read the list, obviously.
Yeah.
Fit.
Yeah. I mean, not a whole bunch.
Yeah. E, do you have one on the top of your head?
For me, I said, honestly, for me, more experiences. So I'm not as much a materialistic person. So what I would go for is one of those sick ass RVs and maybe be able to pay a driver.
So you'd be white trash as shit no matter what.
Whatever. So I could drive. No, I like the idea of traveling the country at one point. I'd love to do it via road.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I think that's cool. Honestly.
Yeah, that would be cool.
That's what I would want to do.
I would probably pay for something that would allow us
cable.
No, maybe something that would allow Gab and I to have more time somehow,
nannies,
a cook, nannies.
We already got Russ.
Help out with that kind of shit.
Russ.
Yeah, Russ. The Americano.
Maybe give him a little, just instead of him just doing it for free, you pay him.
So pay him so he handles it for the whole family.
Right.
I'd do something like that, and then I'd get a sweet ass truck or Jeep, and then I'd be happy.
I think a yacht, like a 61-foot Viking Sportfish.
Oh, where'd that come from out of nowhere?
I don't know. It's just, I think that would be what I would buy.
Out of nowhere,
a 61-foot Viking Sportfish.
Experienced one of those lately?
I did, and I would impressed by I highly recommend that.
That's how that happens. Well, the top 10 luxuries for men include number 1 on the list. What do you think would be number 1 on men's list?
I wish it wouldn't be, but I just have a feeling it's going to be some sports car.
Rolls Royce.
I just don't get why.
That's one of the last things on my list.
I totally agree.
I'd have 898 other things before a Rolls Royce.
Yeah, me too. Number 2, a Rolex.
Oh, that too.
See, again,
see, you're into timepieces.
I like timepieces, but a Rolex, I don't know. I'm not all that super impressed by Rolexes, to be honest with you.
And by the way, again, that's why and I get this from people how they are, and everyone has their own thing. But that's why I said when it came to me money, I don't know how much Rolexes go for. I know they're very expensive.
Yeah, they can go from a few thousand to hundreds of thousands.
Okay, let's say this one is $300,000. I would so rather on $300,000 go see England because I haven't, or go whatever, than get a timepiece.
To me, a lot of this shit is to show people
that you have
I have money, right? And I don't fucking care, dude. That's to have a Rolex and have someone go, "Oh my god, he's got." That's the last thing on my mind.
Yeah.
If it's a cool watch and I like the watch and it tells good time, okay, maybe.
Dude, and I'd like to preface it by saying some people, because it is all relative. I've had people made fun of me before because they're like, "Oh, I'd never spend $100,000 on a car." Well, if you also give $100 million tomorrow, it's a little rough.
You would.
But I will tell you this, dude. You give me $50 million tomorrow, and I would still rather just turn it into a complete trip around the world than a watch or a Rolls Royce.
Yeah, I agree.
I would not buy $100,000 car. You just said you would. I would not.
If you were hundreds of millions of dollars, you'd probably at some point get bored with a Jeep Wrangler, and you'd go, "I wonder what it's like to have a fucking $200,000 Porsche or a Ferrari." Why not? It wouldn't be tops on my list. That's when I think of top luxuries, that wouldn't. Number 3 on the men's list: beachfront property in Hawaii.
Okay,
I'm all in.
That again.
That totally I could see.
That makes sense.
Number 4 on the men's luxury list.
Oh boy.
Tiffany diamonds and jewelry.
What the?
You're right, dude. It's all about showcasing. Look what I have, dude. I don't care if I had all the money on the planet. I don't think I'd go buy myself a Tiffany diamond bracelet or necklace.
No,
ever.
Brutal.
Ever. Number 5 on the list, a Bentley. Number 6, a Porsche.
See, look at this. I get it, but I don't get it. I really do not understand sports cars and the idea of this. I'm going to buy myself a Bentley. I just don't get it. I never have, I guess. I know some guys just are, you know, I
know a lot of people that are in your position, E, who that's so far out, unattainable.
But
and there's tons of people that go, oh, I don't give a shit about new clothes. I don't give a shit about new shoes. I don't give a shit about any of this stuff until they get some money. And then all that goes out the window.
It would never matter.
Times.
You may have. It would not matter with me. I could see having that kind of money and go, damn, I could go to Daytona and they have programs where you can rent a Porsche for, a few hours and you just fucking haul it on a racetrack.
Have you ever been in one though?
No, and well, whatever. You can argue all day. Yeah. I'm telling you right now, it would never change me. Not to that point. I would spend money. Don't get me wrong. I'd spend money on shit I don't have right now. But again, it would not be on a Porsche. No way.
Number 7, mansion in Beverly Hills. Number 8 and number 9 are what you guys talked
Beverly
about.
Hills?
Yeah, because Southern California though, it would be sweet to have a place on the ocean or in Beverly Hills.
If in the ocean for sure. I can see.
Yeah. Having that weather all year.
Yeah.
Number 8, Jay, what you were talking about, personal chef. Now you're talking.
That'd be huge.
Personal chef, housekeepers, those types of things. Personal driver is number 9. That'd be.
I don't know how personal chef shouldn't be higher on that list to me. Yeah, I would way rather have the idea of you just, and you could, you have healthy food or whatever you kind of wanted over a car, over a Porsche.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Wake up in the morning and be like, you know what? I want an omelet, and just boom.
Cartier diamonds, watch, jewelry was number 10 for men. Top luxuries for women. Number 1, personal chef.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
There you go.
Number
Good job,
2,
women.
Rolls Royce.
Rolls Royce.
I know.
I wouldn't think women would want that.
I wouldn't either. It makes me think that they gave them a list and then had them put them in order or something because they've all got the same shit on their list.
That's a good point.
Property in Hawaii was number 3. Driver number 4.
You're right, dude. I bet there was a list here.
Yeah.
It just seems odd that
because there are different. Like number 9, they've got a Jaguar.
Okay.
And Jaguar's not on the men's list. Number 10 is a Porsche for women. People, they say, tend to treat themselves to less as they get older, probably realizing that material things are just not where it's all at as you get older. I could see as a 24-year-old millionaire wanting the jet and wanting the Porsche and all that shit more.
I do think to some extent that's in certain people that just want one thing more than that value one thing more than the other. I think, again, I get what you mean. If all of a sudden I got $100 million, yes, things change.
I'm shocked at all the jewelry that's on there. Like when you look at the top 20 ultimate luxuries, Cartier diamonds, Rolex watch, Tiffany diamonds, Louis Vuitton handbags, Prada bags, 17 any diamond.
I'm not shocked that that's on the women's list. I'm shocked that's on the men's. I don't understand that, man.
I get beachfront condo in Malibu. I get that. Personal driver, totally get it. Home in the south of France, get it. Personal trainer is big on both lists too.
I can see that for sure.
Personal trainer, and those are things that a lot of people think are unattainable. You know, they're luxuries that people find unattainable. You could probably say that they're not. You know, having a trainer is something that is kind of attainable.
Yeah,
you know,
you can find her right over at
yeah. I mean, seriously,
GB Training Center in Lake Orion.
Yeah, go over and you can see Gay. Go meet Gay. Just don't touch the King's Gay.
I was over there today, as a matter of fact.
Did you get a good workout in?
I did not, but I saw Gay making sure other people got a good workout in.
Yeah.
So
she's really good, by the way, dude. I was really impressed. The couple times that I worked out with her.
She is good.
She's very good. Because, you know, most times when I've been to a gym scenario or with someone that's helping you out, they really want you to not max on stuff. It's not like they're trying to hurt you, but no, I'm serious. With bad knees and bad ankles, it's amazing how people are like, oh, fight through that. And Gab was different in that she was really concerned with like how I was standing, how I was squatting. Like, do you feel that on the knees? Do you feel it here? Do you feel that on the back of your leg? Like, and it was like, yeah, I feel this. She's like, okay, move back 2 inches. And it was like, oh, I don't feel it anymore.
Yeah.
It doesn't hurt anymore. it stood out to me when I was doing that with
There's a lot to form for
I was
sure.
just going to say, it sounds like she's actually more concerned with form than just
she was way more concerned with form and technique than anything.
Which in reality, and you know, from dealing with her, you're better than I am, but that's way more important than just reps or just, you know, feeling the burn. It's more, if you can do better form and do less, it's going to be better than.
And as you work with people who are over 25, everybody has an injury of some sort, you know, that they're trying to compensate for, trying to deal with. And so it's a constant, she's constantly dealing with those.
Yeah.
Just looking for ways to tweak it. So okay, your back hurts, then do it this way. And so she's real good like that.
I was more into max dead weight lifting and stuff, so I had to part ways with Gab because I was
You're right.
I was going for, you know, max reps and stuff,
clean and jerk stuff
clean
like
and
that.
jerk. Yeah, a lot of that stuff. So, you know, I wasn't so much worried about the form. I was more so, you know, we parted ways amicably.
Man,
it wasn't that I just got lazy and didn't go back. But
form is just so important in clean and jerk, so that's hilarious.
Yeah, I know.
You would like break yourself like hard messing that up.
Well, that's why CrossFit's coming under so much fire right now, is because that's what they do, and a lot, and they'll certainly teach you when you first go, but then people are kind of like going into bad habits and they're really hurting themselves.
If you watch the CrossFit games, the stuff that they do is not a proper thing at all. It's not good.
That's crazy to watch, isn't it?
But they're like killing themselves on television.
Yeah, it's an amazing event.
Yeah. Anyway, what do we got for email?
We do have some email, Mike. We do. Spencer writes in, King, newly identified Thin Walters, the chic jeans model. Did we decide, is it chic or chick?
I thought it was chick, personally.
I think it's
but
it might be chick jeans. See if you can find an old commercial with their jingle.
I just really remember
chick
a girl,
jeans.
somebody telling me you're wearing chick jeans.
Yeah, I remember always thinking it was chick, but now that I think about it, maybe it was chic.
Yeah.
Oh, I get what you're saying. I don't know.
Chic.
There we go.
In all shapes and sizes, buy jeans by are proportioned to fit from leg to waist, hip to hip. Whether you're a sweet petite, long and lean, or in between,
or a retard.
Chick's got your jeans.
Chick.
In 27 sizes, because Chick realizes that jeans should come in all shapes and sizes.
None of those three models, like if they say all shapes and sizes, none of those three models they show are all shapes and sizes.
One was just taller. One was right. It was just height.
None of them looked any larger. Anyway,
is that kind of like the cut you were wearing?
I don't remember.
The mom cut.
Yeah, those are total mom jeans.
Yeah, they're like up past the belly button.
I'm 31, and then my sister's
You're
32,
32, dude. Don't shortchange
4 or
yourself.
5.
Look in the box. Look at the poops. Look at the box.
Poops going down on herself.
I was trying to think.
Poops. Oh,
get it, Poops. Get it. Next your box. Going to town. No
I
one
can't
else is
even
gonna
look
do
at it right
so
now
I'll do
because it's so going to town on it. Like it's one thing.
I know. God.
Maybe there's some irritation.
Stop it.
He just got in Poops' face and yelled, "Stop it!"
And she's back to sleep.
Oh boy. Poops.
Long day, Poops.
Like the box. So yeah, okay, it's chick. It's definitely chick jeans.
Chick jeans.
The chick jeans model and Mr. Dog and or Clicking Mickey. I was listening to episode 365. In the email segment, you harken back to when the lawyer beat E's ass. The episode happened at the end of episode 156. For some reason, I have been taking notes on all my favorite parts of the DCast. There is video documentation of said incident, but the action happened to take place out of frame.
Yeah. Part of it's in frame, I think.
The beauty of Spencer's email today is it actually saved E's ass, because he says, I'm attaching said documentation in my important business document, all 83 pages of them for you guys to reference.
Wow.
Spencer essentially did show notes for us. And Spencer, you have no idea how important that is.
And timely.
Yeah.
That is
huge.
and timely, because just yesterday we were talking about the best ofs that will be rolling out for Monday and Tuesday of next week. And that son of a bitch sat there and was like, fuck, dude. Fuck. I don't know. Fuck. I stopped taking notes, dude. Fucking, I don't know. Fuck. Like months ago.
That's on me.
You son of a bitch.
I even try. No,
not,
I was
not
catching
that we
up.
want you to do a best of with shit during the last 3 months. We want you to go beyond that, but it does trouble me that he stopped taking notes.
Yeah,
I
for
didn't
whatever
stop.
reason.
I just
never did.
fell behind. Dude, no, that's not true. That was never mind. Whatever.
No. Explain yourself.
Finish
Finish
your
your thought.
It's one of those things that just when I went away for 4 days, then all of a sudden I'd almost caught up, and then I went away.
You don't
then
have any time during the day, do you? There's not enough hours.
No, there isn't. I'll just say whatever. I don't know.
He doesn't care about the show.
Well, thank God Spencer did.
Honest to God, Spencer. Thank you. That is friggin' huge.
Keep it going.
Yeah, really. Ed writes in on YouTube. Yeah, this is a YouTube note. He states that on number 363, Beth took a knee.
Yeah.
Is that true? Did Beth take a knee?
Sorta.
Kinda.
Yeah. It happens.
Did she?
Yeah, sorta.
Mickey's nodding. Oh, yeah. She took a knee.
Yeah. We've seen E do that.
Not like it was.
Some people are accusing E and I of being a little hard on her.
They are? Are you serious?
Yeah,
Oh.
we've kind of jumped on her a few times.
Wow.
And I
can't hang out if you can't hang with the big dogs, right? You know?
That's right. That's right, E. It's a lion's den in here.
Stay off the porch.
Oh, God. Stay off
Can't
the porch.
handle the heat. Stay out of the kitchen.
All right. So what do we got? We've got Francis writes in. Hey, fellas, I work as a veterinarian.
Hey, Francis.
A veterinarian
Your
technician.
girl's name to toughen you up, huh?
What is that from?
What is that?
It's that
Joe Dirt, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know who he's talking to. But right? I think that's
your
from
parents
that.
gave you a girly name to tough you up. I like that.
Right. I know it's
Fucking
from that
love that
movie, but I
drop.
don't know where it's from in that movie. Right? I think it's from that movie.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not.
I'm not sure I've ever seen Joe Dirt, and I know that.
Yeah,
line,
we
so-
played that drop.
Maybe it's
a
not from
ton.
that movie. I'll think about it. I'll think.
I work as a veterinarian technician at an animal hospital. You may remember my email last year where a squirrel electrocuted oneself on a transformer, and a client thought it was a dead rat in our parking lot. I do remember that.
I do
email.
too, yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Last week, I was discharging a dog after a neuter and microchip. Part of this procedure includes the client filling out paperwork regarding the pet's information on a leaflet from the whatever. In case the poos gets lost, we'll know who to contact. The leaflet is a glossy paper, so I offered the client a black Sharpie since a normal pen will smudge. After the client wrote his name, he turns to me and says, "Say, may I have a smaller pen? This one is too big." In my mind, I did a butthead laugh and said, "But of course, borrow my fine point Sharpie." I guess this gentleman is carrying around a little less than an average sized penis. So thanks to the Detroit Cast for putting that image of this old guy's junk in my mind. Be well and goodbye, BUI. Francis. And speaking of Sharpies, dude, we got a friggin' cool, who sent this?
Picture?
Brian sent this in. Hey, fellas, love the show. Keep kicking ass. I've been on board since day one and listen every morning. When people hear it playing, I get them up to speed on what y'all are talking about, and they pretty much become instant fans. Anyway, I just wanted to make something for you guys inspired by the show, and that had the show logo in it, like you guys would ask for back in the early days of the DCast for the show's daily episode pick.
Yeah, we still need those.
Yeah, we
by the way.
do. That's
Send
not just
them in.
early days. You guys send those in. I have attached a few picks. Hope you guys like them. Might consider using one on an episode pick. Take it easy, gents. Oh, and fuck off, Big Enos. See what I did there? Baha. Because he's super douche homo. Later, guys. Thanks, Brian. So check this out. He did a little work there, didn't he?
Wow.
He's like an artiste. The Detroit Cast, how do you measure up? And then we've got Big E, a little tiny pink Sharpie. We got the cult leader, kind of a normal size Sharpie. And then we got the king, the Magnum.
The Magnum Sharpie. Nice.
I would have
Brian.
liked that one to be purple, but I
It's
guess
a pretty cool image.
Yeah.
What are the other ones?
beggars can't be choosers, I suppose.
So here's an actual rendering, actual picture image. Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah, we'll use that in a picture for sure.
Yeah, it's sweet. Okay, so
I almost tripped over a bone.
Our listener who's gonna insert DCast information into a wedding. We talked about this yesterday.
Yes.
Okay, he has the honor of doing a reading in said wedding. His cousin is a listener. It would be hilarious for his cousin, but the bride to be would be pissed off.
Yeah.
So we were suggesting yesterday, probably the easiest thing would be
verse
would be to get Stan Berta in there.
Yeah.
So he wrote today and he said, "My cousin's getting married in the Catholic Church. I'm doing the prayers of the faithful. This typically goes like, for those who cannot be with us any longer, we ask they are smiling down from heaven on this couple's special day. Let us pray to the Lord." And then the response is, "Lord, hear our prayer."
Oh, wow.
Have you ever been in a
That's gonna
Catholic
be
church
tough.
and they go through this? Yeah.
I never know. It always freaks me out when people do like they know when to chime in and say that.
And you're like, whoa.
And I'm like, whoa, what happened?
Yeah.
Whoa, why are they all doing that?
Yeah.
It always seems weird to me. But
so
yeah.
then it repeats several times. So he has the ability to kind of list, who these people are. He says, I'm going to be given a script, and I'm guessing at some point there will be prayers asked for family members.
Fish in a barrel.
That's when I drop in a Stan Berta.
Fish in a barrel.
You drop in Abby. You drop in the Proops.
Where are my glasses? Well, the Proops are going to be hard, but Stan Berta, Abby.
Where are my glasses? Where are my glasses? I need my pink glasses.
Abby, damn it. Don't you remember them taking them off?
Where are my glasses?
You idiot.
My pink glasses.
How could you do that? Look at the thing. Like, oh, why are my glasses on?
Where are my glasses? I need my glasses.
If I had a mom, I'd just been like, you idiot, Abby. Don't you remember? They made you take them off.
Glasses. Where are my glasses?
Yeah, dude. So you put in Abby, you put in Stan Berta. Who else can we add?
Jose
and Hose B. Jose and Hose B smiling down upon ye flock.
Castillo.
That son of a bitch.
Yeah, Castillo. If you could get
Go on now, get Castillo.
Come on, get.
Go on now. Get.
Damn it, Castillo, get out of my horse.
God,
I want you out of my horse, Castillo.
I slipped for 1 second.
God, who else? I don't know.
Pigman.
Pigman.
Well, you could say Justin Ross Harris. I mean,
yeah, but nobody knows
Connor, little buddy.
Buddy.
Connor.
I mean,
that would actually be true though.
You get a friggin' Berta in there.
Stan Berta for sure.
Stan Berta's the top of the list. You got to put a Stanley Berta. What's his middle initial?
Stanley G. Berta.
G. Berta. I was going to say J, but it's Stanley G. Berta.
Stanley G.
Of course.
So yeah, good luck with that. I think that's a great opportunity.
So he's going to list off names of friends that can't be there.
That's what he's guessing, that he'll be given a script at some point. There will be prayers asked for family members. So he'll go through this litany.
Yeah.
And it'll be like, and Stanley G. Berta, Lord, hear our prayer. The whole congregation.
If this happens,
dude, we need some sort of film.
I know.
Wait, I was gonna say your significant other at this place needs to at least iPhone record this moment,
and not in portrait.
Right.
Yes.
In landscape mode. We want Stanley G. Berta from the pulpit.
Mm-hmm.
Lord, hear our prayer.
Yeah.
Prayed for by the congregation. By ye flock.
The congregation.
Dude, you would have to end it with a Stanley G. Berta, Lord, hear our prayer. So then they immediately go, Lord, hear our prayer.
Exactly.
Right on the heels of Stanley Berta. How awesome would that be? I want to go for the gusto and add a couple things in there.
What are you going to add?
I don't know. I just think there are other people that could be referenced that would totally be I don't know. We'd have to think about it, but there are definitely other people that have come up. Lawrence,
Minivan USA,
Don Sterling,
Lake's Minivan USA.
That'd be hilarious.
Oh my God,
Lake's Minivan USA. Lord, hear our prayer.
After you murdered his wife and killed children,
one by one as they came home from the school bus, walked in the front door to a blade,
not wearing shoes.
He wasn't wearing shoes.
You don't remember that? Yeah, he requested to be put in the jury, put in the witness or the box before the jury came in, so they wouldn't see him not wearing shoes. He thought they might judge him based on that.
Oh, I would. You're not going to wear shoes into your trial. Guilty. Spot him a mile away. He's guilty as shit.
Something's wrong with that guy. Something ain't right.
Something ain't right.
It ain't right.
Put aside the whole stabbing of his family as they came home from school.
The boy ain't
put that aside. Shoes. No shoes on the stand? Absolutely not. Having none of it. Guilty.
Steven writes in, dog fuckers. If I were up against it, I'd bang a Shih Tzu like a fleshlight, just standing up, going to Pound Town.
I see.
Bye, BUI, Steven.
Oh, you
one-handed.
Pick it up like a football.
Just one-handed. God.
That poor dog.
I think Steven has some issues.
Yeah, well, if he's up against it, as he said.
The wolf is at the door, as it were.
Cameron has some words for you, sir. The king, the cult leader, that thing with his hand constantly on his scrotum and whichever Google machine operator is there today. Is anyone else besides Jay and myself getting tired of hearing E being scolded for tugging at his festering cock and balls every day this week? Seriously, dude, get your junk looked at. I myself had an unfortunate bout with the jock itch in the past. It's unpleasant. It's embarrassing, but seriously needs to be dealt with. You're likely familiar with athlete's foot. It's basically that, but on your balls. Have a doctor look at it. If you don't want to have the doctor do anything about it, there are some things that you can at least try to see if they help. Get some Tinactin, Gold Bound, Mycodin, he says. There's several simple steps that you can take without medicating or treating with a product. Shower properly and regularly, for God's sakes. Soap and water every damn day. Dry off properly. A build of moisture is a feeding ground for the fungus on your nutsack. Change your towel regularly and often. Basically, everything everyone else knows about basic hygiene could have gone a long way to avoiding
these
this.
are all
Also, maybe letting your pals light your goodies on fire probably didn't do much to help. But
No,
seriously, E, for the love of God, do something about it. You're a 34-year-old acting like a stinking 12-year-old asshole that just doesn't want to do what his parents tell him and wash himself properly so shit like this doesn't happen to you. Good day, sirs. I said good day!
That's all hearsay. You never know if any of that would help. Maybe it wouldn't help. Maybe make it worse. You never know.
No.
It could spread it somehow.
Worth a try.
I would start with washing every day. I think that's fair.
I think
jumping
that's
off point.
fair too.
It's
It
a
might
good
be,
ju-
it might be a lot to ask for, but
No, I don't think. I think it's a fair request. Wash yourself and then put on clean
that's
clothes.
a big one.
Yeah.
Clean clothes.
Properly dry. Dude, what if something's going on down there? Okay, you claim that it's the most important thing in your life, but then you're just going to let it rot away. We're just trying to help you.
Maybe it'd be a good thing if it went away. It'd give me more focused on daily activities.
All right. Trevor writes in, Mr. Detroitcast, officer / Dr. Bono, either the second or third string engineer, whichever one is present.
Fuck you, bro.
Oh, I thought he was going to claim second.
They're both first string.
And the 32-year-old normcore clad shitty. I know, totally both
Second
first
and
string.
third string.
Yeah.
Right. I hearken back to the episode in which Eric expressed his desire to drink cum for a mere $500. I cannot afford or justify spending $500 to watch a mongoloid consume semen, nor do I want to donate any semen. However,
What's the point of the email then?
However, I would like to offer a possible location for any impending gulp. I'm currently a student at E's proud alma mater, Lakeland High School. E's former school would be a perfect place for E to drink gametes in order to earn $500. He's a student.
At LHS? Nice. Go Eagles.
Nothing.
Go Big Eagles.
Fucking
Wordplay. He fucking loves it.
God, I'm sorry. Can't help it.
Nothing proves all of the doubters in your old school wrong like having a mouthful of rancid cum in front of their building.
I'm sure Mr. K would love that if he's still there.
It might even give E a strong sense of nostalgia as he remembers all the time he spent with cum cascading across his near perfect teeth while in the home of the Eagles. Just a suggestion. Also, I'm not sure if you guys have forgotten to call Mandy again. If so, here's a reminder. If not, feel free to disregard. Good day.
Mandy. I love that a high school senior is listening.
Yeah, that is insane and awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's pretty funny. David writes
don't,
in.
And then he went to my high school.
Yeah, don't be afraid to tell your buddies.
Yeah.
For real, please.
And all the hot chicks that are roaming your school.
Yeah, especially the hot chicks. They'll be 18 soon enough.
Yeah.
We do have a lot of female listeners. I was struck by that again today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See how they think about after that conversation about the $10 bill.
What? Everything I said was absolute fact.
That's true.
Those women did blow those men. That's all I said. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
And if they didn't, why would they be with them?
Yeah.
How about Mike Hatt, Lord, hear our prayers?
Oh, my God. Absolutely, Mike Hatt.
Ed just chimed in with that one. I got to give him credit.
Yeah.
Mike Hatt.
Mike Hatt.
Lord, hear our prayers.
Who's Mike Hatt? No, Mike Hatt.
How about just the Ojibwe tribe as a whole?
Yeah.
The masturbatory clowns.
Yeah.
I like that.
I could go. Dave writes in, Peanut Head, the supple one, and Cock Scratcher. Since you guys don't answer your Fukfase phone number, I will wish you congrats on a year worth of shows. 365. Well, Peanut Man, you haven't been there for the year's worth, but congrats. What are you talking about? I've been here over a year.
He means if we did a show every day for 365.
Every day for...
I know, but that's right. I mean, he's been here from a year and 2 months,
been here
3 months.
Since April or something. Some shit.
Mm-hmm. Episode 75.
March 28th.
And after a year...
Is that what it was?
Yes.
He knows the exact date.
Fucking savant.
Dude,
really?
No, he's in love with you. I'm telling you.
I remember because I was on vacation, and I just happened to remember what the days my vacation went last year.
Yeah, and I do remember. Then he came back the next day, and you're like, "Yeah, Jay, this is E," and I'm like, "Hey, man," and he's
whatever.
I was like,
"Well, see you later, fuckface."
And you're standing behind him, going,
"Like, leave this dude."
Yeah,
I just waddled down the stairs.
Gold.
I'm like, really?
Gold?
Gold?
What?
Huh? What are you talking about? That's the guy. I remember just thinking, what the fuck? How did I get here? After a year's worth of show, Cock Scratcher still can't remember to speak into the damn mic. Here's your next year of shows. Good day. I said good day. from Dave. Thank you, Dave. And thank you all.
Yes.
Thank you all for listening and hanging with us for the week.
And for clicking the Amazon link.
And for clicking the Amazon link. And please continue to do so over the weekend.
Yes.
As well as share and like our stuff on Facebook.
That's a great point, E. That's a good one, too.
You can follow us on Instagram, too.
Follow us on Instagram.
Follow J Detroitcast on Twitter. Follow Walters Radio on Twitter. Follow
Big E
Detroitcast on Twitter. You have a Twitter handle, Mickey?
Yeah, but I don't use it.
Okay. All right.
At least you're honest.
Fair enough.
I keep trying to get into it. It's just,
I know.
Follow and like the Detroitcast whenever we pop up on Facebook. That's all. All that shit is really important.
Message board. We got to get on the message board again. I know I've left it dormant, me personally.
Yeah, I kind of
I check it out. I just don't. I should respond more. I look at it.
Maybe you should.
I do look at it.
We do see everything that gets posted. It comes across
I
our
look
email.
For sure.
So we see them.
Yeah.
But I've just been having trouble getting to it. So
yeah, Jay's been incredibly busy, which is at least part of the reason why we're going to take a couple days off. So Monday and Tuesday.
I'll take the blame for that. I'll own that. No,
it's
I'll
not
own
blame.
that.
No, because I feel it in doing these shows. Like we got to take a couple days off and get out of here. Shut it down, not think about the show, go do some things. I feel totally pent up. So I'm not going to throw that on you like you're doing too much, Jay. So so we're going to take Monday and Tuesday off, and we will have some best ofs.
We'd love your feedback on those.
Absolutely.
Love to hear about A, the production value, and 2, the content.
The levels.
The levels. Listen to the levels as we go from, and by the way, do I have to spit out?
Yeah, we'll have to do it.
Listen to the levels as you go from bit to commercial, to live read, and see if it's consistent. Because that son of a bitch, man.
Yeah.
Last time we went from bit to me reading like this in the mic. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
And this is that bad.
It is such no brainer, like first day at specs type shit too. That's like stuff that I knew. But my first day as an intern at a radio station, it was like, oh yeah, well that just obviously makes sense. I mean,
right? You want it to be consistent.
You want the wave levels to be consistent. Like that's like you don't need. No one needs to explain that. And when to you, that's just automatic.
When you look at the program, it's so fucking obvious. Like even me, I don't know shit about this, but I can go, okay, something happened to it, man.
Yeah.
Right there, something happened.
It's in a waveform. The editing process we use is in a waveform. So when you can literally see.
He's taking a knee, gentlemen.
Of course he is. Of course he is. This is your segment. We're talking about you. You should enjoy this. But there will be a 10 decibel cut in which is a lot when you're talking about the editing thing. And all of a sudden it's like, hey, what's going on? And it's
he
like,
can't handle constructive criticism.
No,
look at this. No, into his file.
In true Fukfase form.
He's having none of it.
Yep.
It's going to get his phone. Here he goes on to Grinder. Got to see what he can get on the way home.
Yeah.
Which glory hole he can hit.
I wonder.
The Sunoco station. Perfect.
I wonder if Tom will be there by 12:30. On my way, bro. Is Steve coming again this time? I'm ready for you both.
Fucking asshole.
Big E at your service.
Ugh.
All right. Well, let's call it a day there. We've gone a little long. So have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you again live on Wednesday.
Yes, sir.
So with that, have a good time, everybody. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you guys next week.
You've been listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, thank you, Detroit.
Listen to God.